They recognize they've got they
What's up? Hey, reports. We getting a report. We getting a report that over the weekend, Trump and a general got into some type of fight, and it resulted in the nuclear codes being fought over. Something about Trump wanted to nuke Iran. Now, this is the thing, right? All of these generals, and a lot of those generals, they feel that their colleagues have been mistreated. When you say he got rid of 9 or 10 generals, you can say one or two, or maybe he was right about 3 of them. Maybe they were, people couldn't wait till they retire, right? Maybe the other generals didn't particularly care for him. They got forced out, but maybe they couldn't wait for them to retire. But some of those generals were beloved. They were absolute beloved colleagues. Many of the lower ranks looked at them almost from a family perspective. A lot of those generals had been around 30 years, 35 years, people's entire careers. I'm talking about serving as a officer, their entire command, their entire service, they were under this general. And they look at these generals as irreplaceable. And many of these people were forced out. So I'm trying to explain. I say that to say this. You want to know where all these leaks are coming from? These leaks are coming from the Pentagon. These leaks are coming from the generals. These leaks are coming from other people who are telling the press what's going on in these closed meetings. There's a rumor, right? Nothing that's going to be on CNN, certainly wouldn't be on Fox News, that there was an incident where Trump got upset and came up with the brilliant, a brilliant idea to nuke Iran, and the generals disagreed, and there was an argument where they fought over the nuclear codes. Now that's been leaked. Okay, I wasn't there, you weren't there, but that's been leaked. That's been made public. Like the stream, man. Hold on, let me see something. I hate when I do this right here. I hate when I do this. And that's been rumored. That's been put out. That's been put out to the world that this was going on. And I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it 100%. I think that we haven't been getting the truth. I believe that something else is in the works. The military, they're sworn to this. They have to be loyal and follow, what the president tells them to do. But this stuff is getting out, man. Now they were saying that if he did do this, right, and I wasn't there, I was not there. They're saying that if Trump did this, that Trump needs to be relieved of his duties. He needs to be relieved of his duties if he did that. There's no way a country can depend on a man if they have to yank the codes out of his hands, because he's the Strait of Hormuz, he can't get it closed now. And they said that's what this was about. They had emergency meeting because Iran opened back up the strait. I mean, they closed back up the strait. Conversations came, and Trump wanted to drop. He wanted to nuke them. Now, I don't know what gave him that idea or gave him the impression that's a good idea. But at the end, generals cleared the air, told him no, restrained him. And now they've been leaking to the press what happened. And in my opinion, they're going for the Amendment 25. They're going to try to do that because if it's true, now, and I wasn't there. Hold up. You can hear it yourself. Hold up. Here we go. You can hear it yourself. Fair use, fair use.
They recognize they've got some problems. They got to try to deal with it. And then there was a report out that they had an emergency meeting Saturday night. And apparently, one report coming out of that meeting at the White House is that Trump wanted to use the nuclear codes, and General Dan Caine stood up and said no. He invoked his privilege as the head of the military, so to speak. It was apparently quite a blow up. There are pictures of Caine coming out of that meeting with his head down to the ground. So, there's some very, very bizarre things going on in D.C.
Well, on Saturday night,
Hold up. We're not done. Hold up. Fair use.
They recognize they've got some problems. They got to try to deal with it. And then there was a report out that they had an emergency meeting Saturday night. And apparently, one report coming out of that meeting at the White House is that Trump wanted to use the nuclear codes, and General Dan Caine stood up and said no. He invoked his privilege as the head of the military, so to speak. It was apparently quite a blow up. There are pictures of Caine coming out of that meeting with his head down to the ground. So, there's some very, very bizarre things going on in D.C.
Well, on Saturday night,
There you go. Rumors that there was some type of argument, disagreement, fight, struggle over the nuclear codes. They're trying to, I guess Trump's trying to take this issue to another level. The generals have sworn an oath to protect. The generals are loyal, but it's their duty, if they feel that he's asking them to do something that's bad for the country, it's their duty to intervene. It's their duty. And present this to the American people is, do you still have confidence in this leader? Now, did he try to do that? Those people have families. They have a reason to maintain, this society. They're not looking to be reckless with these decisions. And you can't do it because the prices of gas have gone up and you don't want to lose. You're afraid the people are going to punish you. So you want to do something like this to Iran. It has a lingering effect. So no, they can't. That simply can't happen. And there are those among us right now who want it to happen because they want this, Trump. They think that Trump can do no wrong and he's the greatest, mostest, bestest thing. So they want it to happen. But a lot of people don't feel the same way. They think that what Trump's doing is too much. Now, the information. Once again, Trump. And this is what Trump's publicly said. He doesn't like the fact that he can't just basically bring like 5,000 people with him when he becomes president, because then he doesn't have to worry about the leakers. He doesn't have to worry about the guys who deliberately leak stuff to the press. He doesn't have to worry about the press finding out things that he's doing, that he's trying to have these meetings behind closed doors, and they come out and they leak his stuff away. Now, the reason we're hearing about this stuff, it's coming from leakers. It's coming from people who are loyal to the United States. It's coming from people who are willing to say, hey, I love my country. And they don't want to just give it up to Trump. Just say, hey, we going to 100% get this thing up to Donald Trump. He can do no wrong. He can't be criticized. We're going to blindly listen to everything he said. They're not going to do that. They're not supposed to do that. That general needs to be given a promotion. That general needs to be given a better promotion, because what he did the right thing. He saved us. He saved us from Trump. And the future. Those codes, those weapons are for our survival. Everything else is going to have to be conventional. We don't fight. No country fights and has the right to use those weapons. Now, we know what Trump's doing. We know he's being influenced. The fallout for this would be ridiculous, man. What if Russia decided to use nukes against Ukraine? What if China uses nukes against Taiwan? What if other countries say, if we're not winning, if we get frustrated, why can't we use these nuclear weapons? Why not? We don't care about what other people do. We're talking about us. Well, what happens is then it starts happening. And what happens is we share this planet. We won't be able to live on this planet. Now, maybe Elon can use one of his rockets. Maybe Elon can use one of his rockets and he can go to the moon or Mars or whatever, and he'll be okay, right? But unfortunately for most of us, we're going to be stuck right here. We're going to be stuck right here in America. And if they go out here and they put all of that nuclear waste and all that fallout, we won't be here for long, and our futures are pretty much over. That stuff doesn't go away in 30 days. And it's going to get into the water. Then what are you going to do? It's going to affect the fish. And then what? Yes, that's worst case scenario. You never use that. That's not because you don't know what you're doing and you scared that you're going to get impeached. That's not how you handle that. You scared you're going to get impeached, so you want to drop a nuke on Iran. And I want to know if the MAGA people, how are you comfortable with this type of leadership? How can you stand there and say, you're comfortable with a president that has to be watched like a 7-year-old, and they won't give that president the nuclear codes any more than you would give a child a fork, because you're afraid they don't know how to use it and they might hurt themselves. This guy fought with a general. It's rumored, I mean, I wasn't there. It's being leaked that he fought with a general over the nuclear codes because Iran shut down the Strait of Hormuz. And also that goes back to all of those things he was saying over the weekend. He was making posts. He was making posts. And I don't know if he even understands the theater of war. I don't even know if he truly understands all that entails. Those are not easy wars. A war is not, this Venezuela thing may have gotten him feeling himself. That's not how a war goes. Normally they don't turn over their leader to you and there are no damage, there are no casualties. That's not how wars go. Wars go like Iran's war, where they will lock down on a position that they think they can win. And now you got to go in there now because you can't get that. You can't open it up. And Trump saying, well, we got all this might. Yeah, but we can't open up the strait. But what about that's more of a on the ground. And if we go on ground, Trump, that's exposure, more casualties. And if we do take over that island, Carg Island, we're exposed now, because now all they got to do is bomb it. We lose all those people. Yeah, they said, after discussing that they closed the strait, after he had went out and stuck out his chest and said how he opened up the strait and the world, he freed the world. After he said all of that, Iran said, well, we never agreed anything with him. And in fact, we're going to shut it back down. And he got pissed off. And he fought with one of his generals. He fought with this man. Just think about that. You're over there. Say you're a general. Say, you've been in the service for 15 years. So you're not even saying anything. You're just watching. Can you imagine that? You watch a general fight a president over the nuclear codes, and the president's got his head up his ass, making mistake after 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 mistake. You're going to leak that to the press. You're going to tell the press what's going on. And it's coming out. And the only people who won't believe it are these MAGA wingnuts. They're not going to believe anything like that. He said he got 900 deleted, 5,000 wounded. Yeah, sounds like it. Already, Joe Biden, yep. Somebody just put his, yep, I'm looking at the chat. It took, wow, this was 17, okay. They said they want to talk about Joe Biden. Forget Trump, let's talk about Biden. Let's talk about Biden. Man, this is crazy, man. We basically are sitting in the position we should never even be in this war. And the generals now have to, I know they had the WWE yesterday. I didn't know what was going on in the situation room. Said the generals had to yank the nuclear codes from the president and explain to him how wars work. When you get into a conflict, it's conventional. We don't grab up the nuclear codes. And because of that, people are starting to question his stability. They want to know if he's stable enough to have access to the codes. The codes are a second strike remedy to if someone comes with you. It's basically a deterrent. It's saying if you shoot your nukes at us, we'll shoot ours at you. And yeah, you'll wipe us out, but we'll wipe you out next. You don't turn around and yank at the codes because you saw something on CNN. You don't go and tug at the codes because you're in a room full of generals and you feel like a fat fuck. And they have a weight requirement. They have all of that. They still have to be physically in shape. They have to maintain themselves. You can't go and yank at the codes because you feel insecure around generals and military and you never served. And you know that's going on. Every time you say one word to them, they're looking at you saying, this dude dodged the draft. And because you're not winning and you can't get your way, so give me the coach. Sir, President, sir, Iran has closed down the Strait of... I'm tired of them. Give me the coach. They're not going to give you those codes. They're going to take them from you. Give me the coach. I'll be impeached. They got to be wondering, like, wait, this is what MAGA voted for? So this is what MAGA voted for. Yeah. This is what they voted for, man. This is what you guys want. Now we got a trans sighting. You guys are something else, bro. Is that what we talking about? Is that what we talking about? No, I'm saying, is that what we talking about? We're talking about what happened over the weekend. We've had somebody bring up Joe Biden, and now Scarlett is talking about trans. And I know these are trolls. I know that. And it's a rumor. Let me say it's a rumor. I wasn't there. Yeah, you got to, how would you like to be a military general and you got to hide the codes from the president? Like you hide your keys, you know, you got a teenager in the house, you told him he can't drive the car, but you know that you'll leave your keys on the table, but you hide your keys now because you know you don't want to have to deal with him, so you hide your keys in a shoe in the closet. And you know he won't be able to find them. This is what the generals have to do. This is general daycare. And they're loyal. They're not going to come out, but they're leaking to the press what they have to put up with. They're trying to do the job. They've held their hands up high. They've taken an oath to the country. And then you have a man who, just because he can't win at chess, hey, Trump, this war is a chess game. It's not that easy. It takes strategy. Trump, there are things you do strategically to get Iran where you want them. We need to send our diplomats. We need to have good relationships. Oh, we don't have diplomats. Okay. And our ships are too big for the strait and they're too slow. So what can we do? We're going to have to wait it out. But if I do that, I'll be impeached. Sir, we have American lives at stake. We got to wait it out. No, give me the codes. And can you imagine that you're a general and you got to yank the codes from the president? You got to walk outside. You got to leave the meeting while the other generals restrain the president from trying to get out of the door. Can you imagine that? Just think about that. This is going on in the White House. The president's being tackled by generals. The other general is leaving. He's fast walking out of the White House with the nuclear codes. This is something else. This is something else. Hold up, because they keep accusing me of this stuff. Watch this right here. This is one of you. Hold up. This is one of you Fox Newsers too. I want you to know that this is what's his name? Judge. Let me see this name. What, Napolitano? This is a Fox News guy. This comes from a Fox Newser. Okay? This wasn't from CNN. This wasn't from Abby. This wasn't from CNN, Abby, whatever her name is. Check it out. Retired CIA analyst.
They recognize they've got some problems and got to try to deal with it. And then there was a report out that they had an emergency meeting Saturday night. And apparently, well, one report coming out of that meeting at the White House is that Trump wanted to use the nuclear, so-called use the nuclear codes. And General Dan Caine stood up and said, no. He invoked his privilege as the head of the military, so to speak. It was apparently quite a blow up. There are pictures of Caine coming out of that meeting with his head down to the ground. So, you know, there's some very, very bizarre things going on in D.C.
Well, on Saturday night,
Judge Napolitano. Judge Napolitano, Fox News royalty. That appeared on his channel. That it came in there by him. And hold up and look at the chat. Why are you guys? I don't even listen to, brother. You really think I'm gonna go find out where that man is podcasting? Judge Napolitano. I don't care. Look, that came from him. Those were people on his show. You up there attacking me? They said the rumor is that the Caine guy fought with him and had to leave up out of there with the codes. And you blaming me? You blaming me? You the one that look at Fox News all day. And you get mad when I don't believe. Why you want me to believe every word, right? I can't. This is ridiculous, man. This is absolutely ridiculous. Did Judge interrupt him? Did the judge interrupt him? Did the judge say anything? Did the judge disagree with him? Did the judge say, nah, that's going a little bit too far, sir? The judge let him say it all. It's on his show. You up here, he's MAGA. Judge was MAGA before you even knew what MAGA was. He knows Trump. Judge knows the man. He got his number. You don't even know him. You bought a hat. That's the closest you'll ever be to the president. You bought a fucking hat. And now you're in the chat arguing with me about what happened. Look, you need to go talk to Judge. He put this out. He didn't interrupt that man. He invited that man on his platform. He didn't interrupt him. He let him say that. Now, if I play it, I'm wrong. What about the judge? This man played golf with, had lunch with, dinner with, has been to Mar-a-Lago. He knows Don Jr. He knows Eric. He knows these people. He hangs out with these people. He invited a guest on his platform. This is a Fox News guy. And the guy comes up and says some things. I don't know. It's a rumor, I guess. But you mad at me? I see somebody in the chat talking about some Joe Biden. Wait. Why are you bringing up Joe Biden, man? Why Joe Biden? Woo, Joe Biden, huh? Anything to throw everybody off. And people start looking at something twice and Joe Biden. Yes, Janet, listen to me, Miss Janet Davis, listen to me. I'm with you. I pray this is, oh, wait a minute. I pray this is not true. I'm with you. I don't, you think I hope this is not, but people are saying if it is, he needs to be removed. They're saying if it is, he needs to be removed. Anytime you got to hide things, that's telling you something. You got to hide the remote because your 4-year-old keeps taking it and banging it and breaking it. So, I got to hide the remote. I got to put it where they can't get it. But I got to put it where they can't climb and hurt themselves trying to get. You got to hide the remote. They're saying the generals wrestled with him over the nuclear codes. They're saying that the generals, give me the codes. Is that what we want? Is that what we voted for? Is that what we voted for? Is that really winning too? If you hit Iran with a nuke, did you really win though? I'm saying, did you win though? If you say, bam. And then what about Israel? Israel's in that area. Is that even smart to do something like that? Wouldn't that put them in harm's way? You're going to have fallout. You're going to have radio activity going on. And the death count, man, can you think Trump could go to bed at night knowing he laid 1 million people to rest? That makes you wonder too, right? That's got to be something sick about that. Yeah, the generals are reaching out. We'll see if if it changes anything, but Iran has closed the Strait of Hormuz. The only way Trump's going to get that open is from a diplomatic perspective. God will help us. We need another Jesse Jackson. We need someone who can go over, but they've pretty much, Fox News has destroyed all of those people. All of these emissars, Fox News destroyed them. They don't even exist anymore. That used to be, well, you do have Sean Penn. Sean Penn's in the Ukraine. And Sean Penn won an Oscar, believe it or not. See, this is when you're powerful, right? See what I'm saying? Look at Sean. Sean Penn's over in the Ukraine. Sean Penn is over in the Ukraine. Sean Penn is rich. Sean Penn tell the Oscars, I don't give a damn what y'all do. And he won him another, he got him another one. You see that with the Tom Cruise, they won't give him one. He can't beg for one. You see the difference? Where's Tom at? You got Sean Penn out there. I don't know. They're gonna call him a liberal. That's what happens. See, that's what I mean. I mean, he's a liberal. Why is Sean Penn a liberal? Isn't he Italian? That's an Italian man, ain't it? Sean Penn? A liberal? How's he a liberal? He's over in the Ukraine. He's for peace. Are you suggesting that a conservative can't be for peace? There's a rumor out that Sunday they called the emergency meeting after Trump realized everything he's just about done has failed. He started yanking at the nuke codes. He started reaching at the nuke codes. He started bitching. And the generals did the proper thing. They got out of there with those codes. And today, it's sunny. It's a sunny day. The sky is blue. I'm so happy he didn't hit those nuke codes. We might have woke up to the entire sky is covered in darkness. We don't see the sunshine for another 300 years. I'm so happy they didn't get to those codes, man. What is Sean Penn, though? Crab, what is he? I don't know. He says, how's he Italian? I don't know. You tell me. I thought he was an Italian man. I think when he was married to Madonna, ain't Madonna Italian? I think that's when somebody said they were both Italian or something. I don't know, man. That was years ago. He said he already has them. He doesn't have to ask. Yes, he does. Because he can't just do them himself. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He can't just take the nuclear codes and just go play with them, play like it's a Xbox. All of that has to be cleared. And people are saying that he needs to be removed. And I agree if this happened. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You know, one thing I'll say about the chat, you get your occasional brainwash, MAGA, just idiots, but then you get reassured because other people show you that all of them, MAGA, whatever, are these people are MAGA people are just, they're only as opies. they're opioid addicted idiots who don't give a damn about America. And Judge, what's this guy's name? Napolitano? What's his name? I don't keep up with this Fox News. This Judge, damn, man, what's up with these names? Napolitano. Judge Napolitano knows Trump. He knows the man. Judge Napolitano can hang out with Trump. He knows him. They've hung out together. Just like Epstein hung out with Trump. Well, I don't think they did the same things, but he hung out with Trump. Trump knows the judge. He's been on planes with, he's been to dinner with Mar-a-Lago. He's invited. He's a guest. He knows Don Jr. He knows Eric. He knows Melania. This is Judge Napolitano. And yet you're sitting up here attacking him and attacking me, and all you got from Trump was a hat. All you got from Trump was a pack of lies and a hat. You don't know him. You don't know him and you'll never know him. You couldn't get on Mark. They wouldn't let you at the front gate. You and your MAGA hat. And you know it. And you know it. You got the nerve to come in here and try to tell me I know I'm passing what I heard. I hope it didn't happen. I hope it didn't. If it did, other wheels need to start turning, because if he's gonna go in there and yank at the nuclear codes and try to grab them out somebody else's hands and try to run over to the corner and pop the codes in, and their generals in there grabbing the nuclear, the generals on there holding him back. Come on, man. What's going on here? All over little Iran ain't but nothing. Putin's got to be laughing at this. Putin's got to be like, you joking, right? Putin's got to say, you joking, little Iran? He said, ain't nothing in Iran but dust and goats. Do they really want to come after a real opponent? You know what? And Trump's the one who hypes up Putin. Man, I saw Putin. Somebody passed Putin a note from like somebody. Putin wanted a one-on-one in front of one of these leaders. Putin said he wanted to see that person face to face. And they tried to send a note, man. Putin he tore that thing up, threw it in the trash. See, Putin don't play that, bro. That's what Trump wants to be, Putin. But he's not built like Putin. But he wants to be Putin. You got to understand, Putin was what? Special intelligence. Putin was in the service. Putin was a Russian, spy? Came up. Through that, he wasn't no damn businessman. Putin wasn't out here selling no T-shirts. Putin wasn't trying to do that. He wasn't trying to be no businessman. And that's the difference. Putin is the KGB. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. That's the absolute difference. Putin was KGB. Putin came up the hard way. The school of hard knocks. Trump's been rich and pampered his whole life. Trump Towers? Trump basically has been living at Trump Towers for how long? Hung out with Jeremy Epstein. Trump has not been living no hard life, man. Now they running now because they probably get their ass, they probably gonna go to jail. But Trump don't know nothing about no hard life. Putin knows about hard living. Putin don't play like that, man. He ain't gonna let you, can't give him no note. He know if he want to see you in person, because he know you gonna regret what you just did. He said, I just need to see him. I don't want no notes. No, don't FaceTime me. Where you at? See, we in a whole different world now. And I tell you another thing Putin ain't doing. He ain't in there wrestling with his generals or whatever they call them over there over the nuclear codes. He ain't it. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting the Ukraine. And he looking at Trump sideways because he know he was on the phone with Trump. And the Ukraine sent like 90 drones right to the side of the house he was at. Even though they defeated the drones, Putin's defense stopped the drone attack. They said Putin has been real suspicious about how did they know where I was. How did they know where I was, though? It's like I pick up the phone, I'm talking to Trump, and they know exactly where I'm at. But you know what? Those world leaders, Putin said, you know what? That's cool. That's cool. He said, that's what it is. That's what it is. We need to get out of this, man. Bring our American service members home. Let's get out of this. This is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. Just, they closed down the strait. They're going to keep doing it. And they didn't even know it was like that. Now they're going to always use that. They're going to always use the ability to close down that strait. And this is the more we become a world economy. See, we can't, every part of the world is an important part of our lives, especially as an American. Our $300 Jordans come from China. What we gonna do without our Jordans? We ain't even right. We can't even get right. We ain't got no new Jordans. Our Starbucks coming from Colombia. Those little tubs, those little plastic tubs coming from China. We're connected, man. It's hard to, this straight fertilizer, people just talking about it. The food prices, because they're saying right now we got about a month. But those fertilizer shortages, also another thing about farming is you have to have planting season. You can't get involved with a stupid war, a stupid conflict that's based on nothing but lies. There was no damn nuclear weapon over there. Now a lot of these farmers, American farmers, they're gonna miss their planting season. So what are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do now? And you got these opioid addicted MAGA idiots who live and die on his every word. That don't even make sense. If this happened, I don't know if it did. If it happened, he needs to be removed from office. Send him back to MAGA. Send him back to MAGA. He can go hang out with MAGA. And I'm sitting up here talking about Judge Napolitano. They're talking about this man, Judge Napolitano. He knows the man. And that's the crazy thing about it. He let the man say that he knows Donald Trump. He hangs out with Donald Trump. He goes to Mar-a-Lago with Donald Trump. He knows Melania. He knows Eric. He knows Don Jr. He knows the man. He knows the man. He didn't say nothing when that guy got up there and said that about Trump. He didn't interrupt him. He listened. And then you got these idiots, these MAGA morons. You don't even know the man. All you got is a goddamn hat. And for some reason, you think that makes you his buddy or something. Come on, man. That don't make you his buddy. And if he's in there fighting over the nuclear codes, he needs to be taken out of office. And somebody in the chat talking about some Joe Biden. Bro, I don't care. You guys make everything into some type of Republican, Democrat. I don't care about no remove. You know what? Biden is removed from office. Biden has been removed from office. Can you believe this stuff, man? Like the stream, man. Look, check this out. Now, this is on Judge Napolitano, the guy who knows Donald Trump. This is on his profile right here. Look.
They recognize they've got some problems and got to try to deal with it. And then there was a report out that they had an emergency meeting Saturday night. And apparently, well, one report coming out of that meeting at the White House is that Trump wanted to use the nuclear codes, and General Dan Caine stood up and said no. He invoked his privilege as the head of the military, so to speak, It was apparently quite a blow up. There are pictures of Caine coming out of that meeting with his head down to the ground. So, there's some very, very bizarre things going on. And
You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? We hope that's not happening. We hope that didn't happen. We hope that our generals and our president are working together. We hope they have a plan to end this conflict. We hope. We hope. That's like you have an anthill in your backyard, and instead of getting some spray or digging up the hill, you go and get a stick of dynamite. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it's a little overkill though, right? You're going to put the dynamite in there? Well, I'm trying to get rid of these ants. Well, so you want to drop a nuke on Iran? Don't you think that's a bit much? So he's yanking and fighting and screaming, trying to get the nuclear codes. The general's trying to yank it away from his hands. And one of the generals manages, they're handing off the codes, one general to the next. So finally, one general gets it and gets out of the White House with the codes, while Trump is fighting, trying to get through the generals. And this is what you want, and this is what Fox News has been making excuses about. And the guy said, I voted for this. This is what you voted for, bro? So you voted for this? He said Trump wears Pampers. Well, it depends. He probably does. At his age, he probably does wear Depends. He probably does, man. Does Trump work out, though? I've never seen Trump in a full jog. I've never seen him do any type of like athletic. Don't give me that golf stuff. Yeah. I saw they said they're keeping Trump out of the military action. They worry about his mental health. They're asking him to leave rooms. When they come in and they're trying to break stuff down, he say he interrupts. He recommends some of the worst ideas, and he said just from a group standpoint, they prefer if he not be they'll go over it once they figure it out, and they'll offer him what's going on. But before that, he just in the way. Say he's like he's a big dumb Labrador retriever that bounces around and the people are trying to get something done. So you got to set it outside, or go and put it in that room, shut the door, and let it sit there and bounce around and wag its tail. And then when you're finished, you can bring them out. We're all in for a rude awakening. It ain't just going to be the ones who voted for him, all of us. And the rumor is, like the guy said, that they fought a general over the codes this weekend on Sunday. And some of them have leaked it to the press. And we hope that's not true. We hope it's not, but who knows? It might be true. It might be true. Who knows? And hold up. We're going to do this right here because it's getting a little bit much. We're going to drop the join link, man. We're going to drop the join link with an open invitation to MAGA. Black, white, if you MAGA, explain to me how you feel about this story. That's all I want to know. How do you feel about this story? How do you feel about this story? You voted, you said this is what you voted for. Like the stream, man. Hit the like. Hit the Cash App, man. Hit the Super Chat. Support the platform. You voted for this, right? Explain to me why you voted for this. How can you be happy with the outcome of this? This happened on Judge Napolitano's. This is a Fox News guy. This is a Fox News personality. He didn't interrupt. He didn't say anything because he agrees with him. Yeah, that's what somebody said. Why would he lie? Why would he lie? Why would he lie? Why would he lie? That's what. Yeah, why would he lie? You saying he lied? What are he lying for? He said the judge is a woman. Who? You sure? I thought you got. Now you still calling me a liberal? This man said a judge is a woman. You calling me a liberal? Sean, I think you the liberal, brother. That man said a man is a woman. You calling me a liberal? You think Judge Napolitano is a woman? That look like a woman to you? I mean, that's your business, brother, but I hope you happy, man. Enjoy. Old ass white man from Fox News. Hold up. Yeah. It is right here. He popped right on up. Andrew Napolitano. He said that's a woman. Bruh. You sure, bruh, you talk, I'm a liberal? You sure about that? You think men are women? You think this, man, come on, man. That's just to even say something like that. Just to even suggest something like that. Bruh, there's just so much dishonesty that's going around, man. This dude is straight up. He thinks Judge Napolitano is a woman. I don't know where and then he has the nerve to say he's MAGA. MAGA don't think like that, man. You are that's the Democratic Party there. They'll take you and Judge can go and support the candidate, whoever's running for, you can go to the convention. You and the judge. And we don't want that to happen. We don't want Iran. We don't want nuclear weapons ever used again. In fact, I'm one of the people who hope they can bring them down. I don't think, because you don't need that many of them. And all of this war stuff, we need to get beyond all of this stuff. Dropping bombs on your neighbors. That's one of the worst things you can do. That's one of the absolute worst things you can do. And like I say, even with the MAGA thing, right? They're too cowardly. They can't even defend themselves. They're too cowardly. They're just too cowardly to even defend their positions. I don't even understand the point. You vote for someone. That's like saying I'm gonna vote What they used to do on American Idol, they would take the worst person. I think Howard Stern said, since they were doing a phone call, a phone-in vote, Howard Stern said, okay, everybody, let's vote for, it was like one of the worst singers. And then let the good singer get voted off. And he thought it was funny. But they would vote for the worst singer and the other one would get voted off, and they couldn't believe it. And the people couldn't believe it. And I think it got back to him that Stern was doing it. They did some things to change it. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these MAGA people, I think they want Trump to be president because they like the world, in chaos like that. I think they think it's funny. I think the stability of Obama, the reliability of Obama, they didn't like that. They want the world in chaos. He said Napolitano left Fox News in 2021 after a male co-worker filed harassment charges. Oh, so I didn't know that. Like I said, them y'all people, I have no idea. I don't keep up with Fox News like y'all do. Y'all watch that shit all the time. Y'all brainwashed by Fox News. Y'all grew up watching. Y'all brainwashed. I don't know nothing about that man. I didn't know. Okay, first time I heard that's a gay man. I didn't know that. Okay, now answer why you think he's a woman, though. You think he's not the only one who's gay, right? Perhaps, huh? You think he's a woman? I mean, if that's what you call a woman, what am I supposed to say? Enjoy. Enjoy yourself. And believe whatever you want to believe, man. What they say, you one of them people, if you pour pancake syrup, you pour syrup on shit, and you can call it pancakes. You call Judge Napolitano a woman. But you know what? You can call him whatever you want, man. If you think that's a woman. That's pouring syrup on shit and calling it pancakes. And you do have to wonder about these MAGA people. You just, like, how blind can you be, man? How blind can you be? He said, I'm MAGA as F. I know what a woman is. So wait a minute. So if I know what a woman is, does that make me MAGA? Since you said that as a way to rep, if that's a way to declare you a real MAGA person, I know what a woman is. I do. I know what a woman is. I'm not all this what is a woman stuff. I've never been with that. That's complete madness. Absolute madness to even say some shit like that. What is a woman? What? We have a definition of human female. What is a woman? But you said that Judge Napolitano was a woman, brother. See, that's what I'm saying. You're so confused, you don't even know what you're saying. You're so confused, you don't even know what you're saying. Fox News, man. Let me tell you something, bro. If you are an attractive woman, and from what he says, man, Judge Napolitano, go work at Fox, because in 5 years, you're going to be getting a $300-400 million settlement because you're going to be harassed. You're going to be harassed, man. How many women have been harassed at Fox News, man? I mean, like a lot. A lot of women have been harassed at Fox News. And I'm sure everyone that's been harassed hasn't sued. Everyone that's been harassed has not sued. How you doing, Bia? Not you, somebody else, Thomas. He said that. I don't know what he meant by that. That's maybe he truly meant that. It was just one of the most ridiculous. It just was ridiculous for him to even say something like that. But, and I wasn't asking for it. I never knew the judge was a gay man. Okay. I didn't know that. I don't keep up with Fox News like you guys do. But I'm just saying, look at how you guys find out all this information. And you guys been waiting on, you sit there in front of when Fox News comes on, you sit there like it's Christmas. Like you're a child watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas. You sit there on bend with your bated breath watching Fox News getting brainwashed. Brainwashed. There's a rumor that over the weekend there was a fight over the nuclear codes. The generals won this time. People are saying that there needs to be an impeachment and a removal if there's any type of instability governing the nuclear codes. I agree with that. Some kind of way someone has said I'm a liberal because I don't even understand why you would call me a liberal because of that. How does that make me a liberal? I want my president to have his faculties. Now let's go back to this one more time. We're going to play it. Fair use, fair use.
They recognize they've got some problems and got to try to deal with it. And then there was a report out that they had an emergency meeting Saturday night. And apparently, well, one report coming out of that meeting at the White House is that Trump wanted to use the nuclear codes, and General Dan Caine stood up and said no. He invoked his privilege as the head of the military, so to speak. It was apparently quite a blow up. There are pictures of Caine coming out of that meeting with his head down to the ground. So, you know, there's some very, very bizarre things going on in D.C.
Well,
yep, there you go. There you go. Fox News icon, Judge Napolitano, Fox News royalty, Fox News icon has come out with his platform and put out a rumor. Now, I'm saying that there was a fight or wrestling match over the nuclear codes and the generals won out this time. But that Trump was doing everything to try to get his hands on the nuclear codes because Iran has closed down the strait. Iran has closed that down again. What's up with you, Tabor?
Man, listening to the stream, man. I heard what you said, and I'll get on Trump in a minute. Excuse me. I'll get on Trump in a minute.
Hold on. But let me fix your phone. Hold up. There you go. It's fixed.
All right. I'll get on Trump in a minute. But I was calling about that Howard Stern thing, and before I had to go look for my headset, but I looked it up and I see it was a thing. That's crazy. A man that already made it is doing that to people. That's how I be sad, bro. People just be out here doing this wild stuff.
Tabor, I don't know why people be questioning my stuff when I be saying it. I know what I'm talking about. I know I'll be sitting in the chat box and they don't think I have a memory I remember all that stuff. And Howard Stern did that. Bro. Okay.
So vote for the worst singer, bro. That's crazy. Just robbing people of hard work. And like this ain't affecting people's lives. See what I'm saying? And that's it. And I bet you he didn't get canceled. And if he did, it was only for so long because he had a Sirius radio.
Stern went to Cyrus Radio, and I have to admit, America sort of was happy to get rid of him, bro. His old New York radio host, and Howard Stern, bro.
a few $100 million though. He up. Like he ain't
Well, he got a
ain't ever
following.
coming down.
No, Howard Stern got a following.
He ain't ever coming down, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's what I mean. People just do wrong by you just for shits and giggles. I'm sorry, my bad, but I don't even curse like that. But just to be playing with your life, man. Listen, bro. I heard you. You started the stream with like 18 minutes in, and you said what you said about Trump. Man, they should give Trump them codes, bro.
No,
They did. You don't
that's
think
not
so,
their
man?
their jobs. Their job is not to let him make bad decisions. They can't do that.
Ain't he the head general?
Well, he's over the generals, but there's a procedure with using those codes. Those codes are actually for they're defensive codes. The codes themselves are to be used only in a defense manner.
So somebody gotta fire us first before we fire back. That's crazy. That don't even make sense. Especially when we know playing offense is everything. Man, this crazy though. But I fire them all. And whoever, I don't know how they be leaking stuff from the White House, man. But they need to start charging people. It's certain things that shouldn't be getting out. This is one of those things. Hello? My phone messed up. Gotta be me. God damn it. Hello? You're killing me. Y'all messing with my vibe today.
Yeah. Hold up. Now, believe it or not, man, I actually have to continue to function in this world. And believe it or not, sometimes I have to take a phone call. So, unfortunately, Unfortunately, I had to take that call. So that's the way it is, but the rumors are that there was a disagreement, and the generals had to take they yanked and they fought over the briefcase with the nuclear codes, and that it was because of Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. They closed down the Strait of Hormuz. They've closed it down. They've closed the strait down, and which is, a war is a war. It takes time. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to have a war and you're trying to figure out your next move. But you never can say, hey, I'll just put a stick of dynamite. No, you can't do that. And it's a general's job to say, no, sir, no, sir. If you keep sliding the nuclear codes over to you and the general pulls it back to him, and during the conversation, you slide it back to you, and he's sliding it back and sliding it back. They'll tell you that's not we don't even consider that. We don't consider that as an offensive weapon. And you got to wonder about these generals, man. What do they think? What do they think about the American president? What do they think about a president that they got to snatch the weapon, the codes from? What do they think about a president that they have to do all of these bad things for, too? What do they think about a guy like that? How do you respect the man who you have to, your relationship with that man is you yanking the nuclear codes from him because he can't win a war unless he has all the power. When you tell him, hey, well, we can outsmart them, there are things we can do strategically. I don't care. Give me the nuclear codes. Give me the codes. And you got to run out of the White House and run down the street with the nuclear codes. And here comes
is there a process
right behind you trying to get the codes. What do you think about that?
Is there a process to fire generals?
That's got to be nuts. Like, share, support, man. Thomas, you can hit the link or you can proceed to the next podcast. All right, you've been in the chat box. I let you been a nuisance long enough, brother. You're either gonna come up and express yourself or you're gonna find somewhere else to go, because we don't have to listen to this. Listen to your nonsense. And that's what I'm saying. This guy's MAGA. He's brainwashed. He's a brainwashed MAGA guy. And he won't criticize Trump. And then they have the nerve to talk about Obama. They say, well, look at how black people was doing Obama. They didn't criticize Obama and Joe Biden. And then they turn around and do the exact same thing they're complaining about. The exact same thing. What's up with you, Tabor?
My bad, man. I don't know what happened on my phone. Is there a process to fire generals? Or he can just fire them?
I didn't hear what you say.
Is there a process to fire generals, or he can just fire them?
Well, he can't fire them, but he can force them to retire. He can reassign them, which is a de facto firing.
Yeah, man, just the fact that we got to be on the defense with our new codes and everybody else get to play offense with theirs. It sounds crazy.
Well, that's America. We got to be. We don't have to be. But go ahead. No, go ahead.
The people that things like this, would it be leaking? I don't see why it ain't considered treason. How is stuff like this getting out of the White House?
We have a free press, though, Tabor. That's a part of our country. We're not. This is not China. This is not Russia. We believe that the public should be informed.
But we only inform what they want to inform us of.
Okay, this is how it works. Say something is classified, right? Say it's classified a certain level, right? It's a bunch of classification. Anyhow, say you got classified information. Well, the way our country functions, if you leak that information to a news reporter and you get caught, then you can be held accountable. You leaked classified information to a reporter or to someone who's unauthorized. You can be held accountable. Can't hold that reporter accountable. It's the reporter's job to report that information. Now, a reporter can turn around and say, well, this is some sensitive information. This guy gave me longitude, latitude, diameters for a potential weapons drop. A reporter can turn around and say, I'm not going to, I have information that's sensitive. I got this information from a good source. I will not report the information because it may be detrimental to the nation. But then, and they don't have to report, they can tell them that we believe that there will be a strike at this country at this time. We believe that. And then it might happen, it might not happen. But they leak information all the time, and this is America. So no, it's not a traitorous thing to do to say that the president was fighting with his generals over war plans.
So do the journal, I guess the journalist or the person, do they have immunity? Like, so if they find out it was the journalist that put it out there or the press put it out there, can they go back and ask the press person who told them that information? They got to give it up?
They don't have to give it up. They have to prove that. Just think about it, though. That's like me saying Tabor told me. Just say, for instance, I got classified information. And they said, well, who gave it to you? Tabor? You say, I ain't gave that man no information. Well, know what he talking about. Yeah, you have to prove it. You just can't say it.
Can they lock up the person like the press or the journalist until they find out, or just lock them up for putting information out?
That's a whole different thing. Well, they'd have to charge him with a crime and all of that. Then they'd have to defend themselves. Even on all of that stuff's already mapped out how they do it. I just know the press can print. The press, they don't. There's no such thing as them doing something. If they hang around the White House and they get information, they can print it. Simple as that. If they find out something, they can print it. If they find out that Trump's finna fire somebody, they can print it. How did they know? Somebody told them. I don't believe it. Okay, then the person gets fired.
Oh man, that sounds like that's just a bad deal waiting to happen, man.
What, a free press?
Yeah, at least inside the White House. Like, I get it outside of it, but even then it's just like whatever goes on. I guess it's like as a kid, they tell you whatever goes on in your house, stay in your house, and certain things get out. But now we talking about personal things, and well, not personal, but things like this, and nobody should know this. That's crazy. Somebody needs to be charged, bro.
Charged with what? I mean, first, we live in a free country, Tabor.
Yeah,
They want to.
how you supposed to charge them, dog? Come on, boy.
Hey man, you can figure out. Hey, people put charges on people every day.
Well, they have they have legislation out there, man. They got the Press Act, right? So
The Press Act.
yeah, that's what it's called. It's called the Press Act. And so
Okay.
it gives journalists, right, a bit of protection. It's a bipartisan bill, so it's agreed on by Republicans and Democrats and independents, right? So it's agreed upon between these parties to allow journalists to have that security of, okay, I'm getting information from a confidential source, whether it be within the White House, the Pentagon, wherever, and I do not have to disclose my source, right? So if the White House wants to, go ahead and sue whoever, they can do that. They can sue. Nothing stopping the White House from putting charges on any news outlet or journalistic outlet or anything like that. But it's the Press Act. They can be protected by the Press Act. So it seemed easy to be like, nah, man, you just need to give me your source. But nope, there's legislation for that. So I don't have to just give you my source. But if you want to take me to court and everything like that, yeah, you can do it through that way. It'll have to probably go all the way up to the Supreme Court, though.
Just to get a source?
Yeah, because they're protected by that act. So
Yeah, they don't have to give up a source.
Yeah, that act is in place for them to keep their journalistic integrity. Now, if they're just out there lying just to lie, then yeah, you take them to court and you're going to have to provide that information, right? Once the courts get involved, you got to provide the information. But the White House not going to take them to court because, I mean, this has been administration after administration. You always have people within those walls that are going to leak information. That's how people do business in Washington, D.C. That's just how they do it.
The way you're supposed to do it is you use it to your advantage. If you're a president, you use the leaks, you deliberately say stuff so that it comes out in your advantage. You keep things private, but certain things you want out there.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know how the American people feel about this. There's a rumor this is going to happen. What's the response? As far as your cabinet, that's your cabinet. So if that's what you put together and they putting all the business out, I mean, it's really your fault. No, that's if the news reporter can get classified information between me and you, they really ain't supposed to print that. And then again, they got to know it's classified though. How would they know? But that's really your administration because it's going to look like you sloppy with that. Why are you saying all this classified stuff in a way where it's getting leaked to the press? That comes back on you.
Yeah. And then there's some instances like if it's like a national security thing, which, who knows? This may fall under a national security type of thing, right? With nuclear codes and, whatever like that. So if it falls under like a national security type of thing, then absolutely, like whoever that journalist is, you got to give up whatever at that point because it falls under like national security. That's why like when they, the big thing with Hegseth, when he released those like text messages or whatever like that, and some random journalist was like on the text messages. And the journalist was like, well, this is what they sent to me, so I'm going to just put it out. But it's kind of a national security thing because they talking about doing strikes here and moving troops here and doing stuff like that. So it just kind of, you can see they washed over it real quick, right? Because it's like, oops, mistake on Hegseth, and then also mistake on the journalist for publishing, all of that, stuff. Because it was real specific on like stuff that was put out there. They were talking about the times that certain planes were going to take off and all kind of stuff. But you got the Secretary of Defense that put it out. So that journalist was like, well, shit, it must not be that secret then if I'm on it, So he kind of published the article about it.
First of all, the amount of classified information in the White House, they don't get a sheet out of a $20,000 document. They might get one sheet worth of classified information. So they don't really do that. So I'm saying, people say that, but they really don't. They really do protect national security. They do make sure they're careful about what they report. But with certain things, it's not for them to know. But if they find out, it is your fault, not theirs. They have a job to do. When they ask those questions, they don't do it. Now, this is a different administration. When the White House spokesman comes out, she's saying stuff that is not true. She's saying stuff that's misinformation. She's doing that on purpose. She's representing the administration. She's starting fires, putting out fires. When you see her say that, you are not even a journalist, that's just foolishness. That's just foolish. But she's saying that because she don't like that reporter, and she don't want that reporter asking her no hard questions.
Yep.
And we fall for that. We would have never fell for that under Obama.
So,
never.
It's all playing games. What's happening now? This could be a part of the game too. Now I would hope they not playing games like this. I would hope he not asking for nuclear codes. That's just me, especially being a former military.
Well, he's trying to defeat Iran.
Yeah. That's if he had the results of that, man, that's crazy, man. And look good on the general for having a backbone, man. Right? So
thank you, General. Saved us.
Shout out to who they said it was, General Caine. Look, shout out to him, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was very critical of his hire and stuff like that. Look, I understand he was appointed, but this man retired. He retired because he couldn't get his 4th star, so he retired. And Trump playing golf in Mar-a-Lago. Hey man, if I ever get back in office again, you're gonna be my guy. Brought that man out of retirement, fast tracked him to a 4 star, and then he was in that seat within a matter of a month and a half as the Joint Chiefs of Staff. So I was critical of that, man. They talking about the whole DEI and stuff like that. Like, so you pretty much just gave this man that position, right? I'm not gonna say he's not worthy of it, but I mean, you had a person in the seat already, and you was like, nah. And then crazy thing is the person that he had in the seat, General C.Q. Brown, previous, Trump appointed him to be Secretary of the Air Force. During his first administration, he appointed this man to be the Secretary of the Air Force. People don't even talk about that. Trump appointed him, the same black general he fired. He appointed him to be the Secretary of the Air Force, 4 years ago, 4 years previous. Appointed that man to be Secretary. Now, he was confirmed by Biden, but Trump appointed him to that. But the confirmation didn't happen until, sometime after January or something like that. January 27th or something like that. But it's crazy, man. But shout out to General Caine, man. Man had a backbone. If there's any truth to the story.
Do you think he needs to be, if it comes out this is true, that they should impeach Trump and get him out of office?
Yeah, I mean, they should definitely bring him up on impeachment charges, but he's not going to get out of office, man. Yeah, Do I personally feel like he should be in office? No, but whatever charges they bring up for impeachment, Congress just gonna be playing this game, and they, people gonna be grandstanding, and then we're gonna have Hakeem Jeffries filibustering for 3 days straight, talking at the podium and say all of this stuff, and then at the end of it all, nothing gonna happen, man. Man still gonna be in office.
That'd be crazy though if they impeach him because they don't trust him with the codes. As a president, how can he be president?
I don't know, man. I would ask the same thing as a president. How can he be president now with 37 felony charges, right? But he's the president, so it's stranger things didn't happen.
The boy ain't got a problem with it. He's saying if Trump, Trump the president, if he want to drop a nuke, let him.
Man, Trump about that money on, man. He ain't Taboy ain't worried about that, man. Taboy worried about that money. He making that money. Look, I don't blame him, man. He trying to rack up as much money as possible, man. I don't blame him. Taboy know where he fit in. He like, hey, it's gonna happen. Whatever. Hey, long as they don't stop me getting my money, I'm good. But sometimes the boy be saying, well, they can stop me from getting my money. Then I'll be like, hold on, dog. They can just come in and shut you down from getting your money and you ain't going to fight back. Like, come on, man. You got to fight. You got to stand for something. If you're going to be about money, at least stand for money.
If they take the nuclear codes from Trump, it would be like taking the truck from Tabor.
Yeah,
He could still say he a truck driver,
but he ain't got no
can't.
truck.
Yeah, he ain't got no truck.
He
Can't
ain't
move
moving
no
nothing.
freight.
He ain't moving no weight after that.
But he can still walk around, go get him a hat, and say he's
Yeah,
a
I
truck
got my
driver.
CDL, but I ain't got no truck, man. But but I feel Tabor, man. He like, nah, man, bro. I'm getting this money. I'm getting as much money as I can while I can, and I feel that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, if Trump making a big hoopla on a Saturday night, calling people in late and asking for the codes, that's crazy, man. Yeah, somebody needs to check that man blood pressure, man. See if they're all right, man. Is he taking this medication? Like what's going on? But he say he the healthiest president that ever lived. That's what he say. But I'm like, I don't see it, man.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. I was looking at Vladimir Putin. It was just on TV. Trump really wants to be, Putin is rich,
Mhm.
and that's his country. That's basically, Russia is his country. And, Putin is KGB, and, Putin is known to, he's a cutthroat dude,
Mhm.
right? And that's how he governs, right? Trump wants to be like that. But it's like, Trump, you can't, first of all, we're a different country. And that's you want to, the problem, that's essentially the problem. If Trump would stop trying to be like Vladimir Putin and just be, I don't know what to tell him to be. I'm serious. I don't know what to tell him to be. But he needs to stop trying to be like Vladimir Putin because he can't pull it off. And
Yeah,
see,
he can't do that.
Vladimir would have never fought with his generals. I don't know what he does in behind the closed door. I don't know. But he just doesn't come across to me like he's that type of guy. He doesn't have to prove he's a tough guy.
They be trying to stop Trump shine, man.
No, hold on. Putin's a short guy. What is Putin, like 5'1"? He's a small dude.
Napoleon complex.
Yeah, I don't know. I know he's short though. Man,
Yeah,
he is
he's
short.
like 5'1", 115. He's a tiny man.
Damn.
He's little, man. Maybe 5'2", maybe 5'2". But the way he projects himself. If you watch him, he projects himself like a leader. And it's just when you
Napoleon
look at
complex.
Trump, it's like now you look at Trump, it's like Trump trying to prove he's a leader. And grabbing at the nuclear codes don't make you tough. If we're having a discussion and I said, well, these are the things we have to do to solve this problem, and this is some things we need to do, and you reach over and grab at the nuclear code, that ain't being a tough guy.
Oh, come on, now. Now I think you sensationalizing it a little bit much, but I mean, look, if they left out of that room, and who knows how many people were in that situation room for them to discuss that. But somebody obviously came out and they gave their version of it to say, well, yeah, nuclear codes was discussed, and General Caine was full stop to say, nah, we not even going that, and we're not going that option. So
That is nice, bro.
that's crazy that this is even a story, that this, what I'm saying, that this even got out. Or maybe
That's
they
what I
wanted it to get
said.
out. Maybe they wanted it to get out in the fact that, look, man, we know it's gonna be reported, and maybe that could be the threat, right, towards Iran. Like, y'all keep playing, we'll, put a nuke on them. But I mean, look, you talking about war crimes? Man, they all going to jail. All of them. Everybody that was in
How,
that
bro?
room. You
If they
drop a
if they
nuke,
let them nukes go,
yes, they let them nukes go. You remember when he was on Easter talking about wiping out a society of people? He would go to jail, and everybody within his administration that was involved in the U.S. using a nuke, they would all go to jail for war crimes too, man.
yeah. But you talk. That's what. See, Platt said we got to be on the defense with those. I don't understand that. I guess it makes sense, but I don't understand that. And then you talking about people that's in head of the military. I can't see that happening, bro. Everybody, nah.
Okay,
They
well,
all
hold
going,
on.
man.
Okay, you say you don't get it, right? So why
Yeah,
make
we
it?
gotta be on the defense.
Well,
My bad.
why make nuclear weapons? And there are some that are offensive, right? But what I'm saying, why would you make them unless you were making them for defense?
Because I mean,
In
it would
other
make
words,
sense
you
to
can
get them
never
off
use
first.
them. Okay, so if you go out and get a whole bunch of nuclear weapons, you can't use them. So you might as well make them defense, because that'll be in case the worst. That's worst case scenario. You've lost, or someone's launched nuclear weapons at you. Other than that, you can't use them.
So they gotta
What are you
hit
going?
us first.
They'd
That
have
don't
to
make
target
sense.
us first. They'd have to target us first. First of all, this whole
Yeah, I
nuclear
mean,
weapon, they have to
I
go
wish
out.
it's something.
A nuclear weapon is not going. It's not like it's got to come here, and you're gonna see it. It's just like a plane. You gotta wait and see it come back into the atmosphere. They're gonna know it's been sent. So by them knowing it's been sent, they're gonna send theirs. So what all these countries do is they call second strike. All of the nuclear weapons are second strike weapons. It's to make another
So we gotta wait
country.
for somebody.
Well, no, we're not waiting for them to do what we said. If you go there, if you go nuclear, we're gonna go nuclear. But in the meantime, we'll fight, conventional. We'll just use planes and missiles, and now we got drones and probably 10 years robots. But no, nobody's wants to go that, because see, we gotta live in the planet. So if we said we're gonna make nuclear weapons all over the country, all over the world, eventually we won't be able to live here. Where we gonna go? We'll poison our planet. We'll poison the planet.
So we gotta wait for somebody to hit us across the head with a baseball bat before we do anything.
Well, it's not somebody, right? It's Iran. And according to the president and this administration, Iran doesn't have a nuclear capability. So why would we, the US, then double down and say, look, they don't possess nuclear capability, but we just gonna use our nuke against them. Let's just finish them off. Like, that makes no sense, right? Now I can see if they pose the threat, and it's like, well, we getting intelligence saying that they're gonna fire off their nuke, so we should fire ours off first. Okay, cool. If the intelligence suggests that, cool. But no, our intelligence suggests the president himself has used the word obliterated, right? So they no longer have a nuclear capability.
Which president?
Trump, that's what he said.
Yeah. Hillary said that too when she was running for office. There's a video. She said she would obliterate them too.
No. I'm not saying he said to obliterate them. What I'm saying is Trump said, we, the US, we have obliterated Iran's capability of having nuclear power. We went and we dropped all of these bombs in the middle of the night and we blew it all up, right? Now he's just talking about nuclear dust. We need to go collect the dust and stuff like that. So if they don't even have the capability, then what's the point of us using a nuclear weapon against them? They don't even have the capability.
Sometimes, man, you just gotta punch a person in the face a couple more times.
Man. So you'll kick somebody when they down. So boy, that's what you're saying. Kick them while they down.
We at war. We fighting. You don't need to get back up. You need to think.
Nah, man, they going to jail, bro. They do that, they go to them war crimes. They going to jail.
They might still be going to jail. How we at war, boy? Because we invaded their country and started a fight. So you define that as war? The strait was open before we went over there.
Yeah, man, they going to jail. So boy, that's like somebody firing off in somebody back. They running away. We didn't got into a fist fight. Somebody running away and then me and you just letting them off. As they running away. We going to jail. We can say whatever we want. Nah, man, he came in and he tore our house up and did all of this and broke our cars and all of this stuff like that. But he was running off, and now we decided to just, fire off on him. We going to jail, bro. We are going to jail. Well, they're gonna get caught. This is public. This is public, man.
And we talking about war crimes, so that's if somebody tell.
They don't have to tell. If they use a nuclear weapon, that will be reported all over the world. We don't have to worry about American news outlets.
It
Everybody
depends on
will
where it came
report it.
from.
Nah.
No, you can't use nuclear weapons. They're forbidden.
They
Worldwide.
go to jail, dog.
Worldwide, they're forbidden. You can't use them. If you use them, you do violate all types of international laws.
The laws that they do violate all day, every day.
They going to jail, man.
Who violated that one?
People violate laws all the time.
But
I
not
don't care about
that one,
laws
though.
like that. The laws be for us. Them boys don't care about no laws. They steady doing things. They doing inside trading and everything else. And we know
Yeah,
it.
man, but that's inside
It's
trade
different.
is small. It's
Come
different
on,
compared
man.
to wiping out a
Nah, bro.
society, bro. Come on,
Nah,
man.
bro. A law is the law.
We talking about insider trading and wiping out a society. You
I'm
going to
talking about
jail.
laws.
Why you think? I'll
Go
ask
ahead.
you this question right here. Why you think they haven't bombed their water system in Iran? Because the president had talked about doing this several times. You know, if they don't open up the strait by tomorrow, we just gonna bomb their water filtration systems and all
And
of their
power plants.
bridges and all of their power plant. Why you think they ain't did it yet?
Because they moving money.
Nah.
Bro, you hold on. Let me answer what you asked me. I believe they moving money, and this war is a nice way to hide money. Bro, I'm realistic about it, fam.
There's some truth to that. But if you gonna come out and say, well, we'll blow up y'all water and y'all power plants. Don't open up the strait. We're gonna blow it up. And guess what Iran didn't do? They didn't open up the strait. They was like, well, we could talk about a ceasefire, but we're not gonna open up the strait. And you think Trump blew up their water system and all that? No, he did not.
Because he need
It's
them
a war crime.
He need them to survive. I mean, he need them to be alive so they can move this money around. They are no good passed away over there. We need you alive to keep fighting and look a certain way on TV.
Move the money around. They're about to give $20 billion back to Iran.
See?
Money that we tied up for some decades. They're about to give it back to Iran. And
probably made money off of it.
Yeah, possibly. That's a strong possibility. Let me not even say a strong possibility. I would say for certain, we, the U.S., have made money off that $20 billion that we took, over the course of years that we took from them. So, of course, we made money off of it, but when he's sending out his message in the middle of the night or early in the morning saying, yeah, open up the strait, dog, or we finna blow up y'all energy plants and all of that stuff. But he do that, he going to jail.
Ain't nobody pulling their money out the stock market, right? People making more money on this diesel prices. I mean, some people losing money, but there's people making money. And the people with the money, they making money off of this.
Yeah,
if you know what you're doing, you can make money off of this.
The people, I'm making money off of it.
See what I'm saying?
I look at the stock market daily. I've been making a good little chunk of change off of it. There's a lot of people that are losing money off of it too, man.
They bet the wrong way. They should have followed your lead. That's all I'm saying. Certain people like yourself, I ain't saying you got all the info, but you know enough to make bread. Man,
I know enough to move my money around. Yeah, for sure.
There it is. It's money being moved around, bro. And it sound good for the TV and some news things, and they can justify things. Man, laws are broken all the time, man. They do it right here to us on this land. That's why I can't envision them doing any better by anybody else that ain't here.
Look, I follow the tea leaves, man. And every time there's a true social post about president saying they need to do this or else, I'm putting money in the stock market.
See?
Because it's gonna balloon up, right?
That's what I was saying. Go ahead. It's
usually like Monday, Tuesday, it's gonna balloon up. come Wednesday is kind of like, come Thursday, nothing happened. You take that money out Friday. Because
Yeah,
Friday
it correct itself.
it's gonna correct itself.
And they're gonna say something else over the weekend. So that way you can throw some money into the stock market on Monday and everything go back up and it's gonna be a revolving cycle. I said that before up here. I say,
Yep.
man, if you know Trump is putting it out there so y'all can get y'all some money.
Yeah.
You can't even
Follow the
really
tea
hate.
leaves. I would tell
Most
people that.
people don't have money in the stocks.
Because most people ain't playing the game of life right. They too worried about things they can't control. At least you can control your
You
money.
can't control the no, you can't. Stock market. Well, you're talking about insider trading, which is illegal.
Nah,
That's illegal.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm just saying, like, you can, if you following what's really going on, there's money to be made. He just said it. But if you ain't following it and you worried about other things that don't matter, then you ain't gonna make no money. But Trump is telling you how to make some money right now. If he told y'all the gas prices was about to go up or we going to war, that would have been the perfect time to get in this oil at $50 a barrel. And you would have been up.
Well, if he told you that.
I mean, he said we was going to have this conflict.
No, he
He
didn't.
ain't saying it, but he's saying it.
What did he say?
I mean, he
might
told
have
us
told
we
his-
was going.
He might
Go
no, he
ahead.
might have told his buddies. He might have did that to the people, close to him. But nah, he didn't tell the world we finna go and bomb Iran.
Well, I mean, but he was hitting that before this all popped off. They was on TV talking about it. They was throwing hints at things that was going on. Now you didn't have to put no money in nothing. You could have just been listening to it and complaining. But if a smart person would have been like, man, you know what? Let me go ahead and throw some money into these ETFs or whatever it is, and I'm gonna make me some bread. Ain't no need for me to argue with the TV.
Once
cats
again, you're
online.
not talking. You're only talking about a small group of people who even know what an ETF is, bro.
I get that. I get that, fam. But that is still money to be made, and it's more money
Not
for Trump
really.
and
Well,
his
you only,
partners.
okay. All right, you're right.
No,
Well,
I'll give it to him. Play. It's money to be made. Now, does that tug at my moral and my ethical beliefs? Absolutely, it does. But I'm no fool. Like I said, I follow the tea leaves. When you see the posts, every time this administration says something about 2 weeks, you need to be looking at that stock market. Whenever they give a 2-week buffer, because that's like the running joke with this administration. Like everything comes in a 2-week span. Oh no, we'll get back to that in 2 weeks. So we're gonna follow up in 2 weeks. Oh, well, the Strait of Hormuz better be opened up. Oh, we got a 2-week ceasefire, a 10-day ceasefire. Everything kind of happens in a 2-week time period with this administration. Even going all the way back to the Epstein files. Oh, we're gonna release this in 2 weeks. Everything is 2 weeks. That's the running joke with this administration. But if you follow the stock market and you look, you know when to put your money in and bank on it, let it balloon. But when it get ready to correct itself, you gotta know when to take out. You gotta know when to take out.
Snag a little bag, man. You ain't gotta get rich, but you can make a couple bands.
You
If
gotta know
not
when to
more
take
than
out.
that.
But like I said, obviously it's something that has to be, studied, followed, things like that. Look, I can tell you this: when they said that, it was reported that, oh yeah, we're bringing in all of these government contractors like Northrop Grumman and
Halliburton or something.
Event Tech and all of these war missile capability making companies. They're like, yeah, they're meeting at the White House, blah, 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 blah. That's the time to buy.
That's
You
the
buy
time.
it. You buy it. Now, you buy it, you need to watch it because it'll spike, but then it's going to dip. But then if you
It's
look
gonna
today
dip.
at the stock market, every single war, missile, drone capability company, they up. It's up. So
And the Dow and the S&P and the NASDAQ, all of it's gonna rise too.
you gotta
It's gonna have its little play.
you gotta follow tea leaves, but You just got to be careful because you got to know after that balloon, you know it's going to course correct. So you got to be ready to, you know, remove your money, man. Look, I highly encourage anybody, man. Get you a brokerage account, man. You know,
Hey,
Fidelity.
bro.
That's what I use. But I mean,
Charles
you got
Schwab's.
you
Y'all
got
better,
so many of them.
y'all better,
The
yeah, got
Schwabs, you
many of
got
them.
the ING. I mean, that's so many, but I mean, I use
Your bank can
Fidelity,
have a
man.
play. You can have directly
Yep.
tied to your bank account. They got little investment things you can do, ETFs and different things within it. You just gotta go look at it. Man, that's all I'm saying, man. And people just be breaking laws, bro. The laws, I mean, they got people that follow, they got people that walk this planet and follow the laws all their lives and never get ahead, bro. And they got people that break laws and they get ahead. So you can do everything right but get it wrong, and you can do everything wrong and get it right. That's America. It's always been like that. Your friends matter. What you talk about with people matter. This conversation to me, it matters. I learned some things. Now I can be a fool and act like certain things don't exist, like what y'all said about the journalists. You know what I'm saying? Or I can take heed to that and remember that when I think about something next time I get up here.
Yeah. That's what I said, man. It definitely pulls at my ethics and my morals, man. I'm like, golly, man, like this guy. You see the criminal activity happening right in front of your
You
face,
see it
man.
in front of your face, bro.
But at the same time, like I was reading a report and one of his sons, I don't know which one. I don't know if it was like Don Jr. or
Donald Jr.
one of them, but somebody made a like a huge investment in like some random golf course, and the golf course now has a contract for weapons. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So how y'all funneling money through golf courses now? But you know, hey, it is, you know, it is what it is, man. This Trump revenge tour, man, he getting all this money. He's suing every news outlet and journalistic outlet that he can. And you know, he it's a money grab at this point. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised the last 2 years of his administration, they're gonna sell more Bibles, more watches, more shoes to
Trump about to
whoever
get this
his
bag.
yep, to whoever his loyal followers are. And people gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy me a Trump Bible, and I'm gonna buy me a Trump watch, and I'm gonna buy me a Trump whatever memorabilia that they can buy.
They got whole stores out here.
They gonna float it out there, and they gonna sell it, and they gonna make hand over fist money before they leave
Capitalism.
up out that administration, man.
Yeah, bro. And then I'm pretty sure he gonna have some things because he did right by some people. He gonna have some nice plays set up when he step out. He just can't touch him right now. But he got his kids, and his kids follow daddy.
Yep.
Ain't no way your daddy rich and y'all ain't gonna get rich on your own. I mean, y'all gonna have my paper, but y'all gonna make your own too and be connected because it matters, bro. And then my
Yep.
grand, you know what I'm saying? Like it, man, these boys be out here moving, bro. Them laws don't matter, bro. And because that's another thing too, right? You'll see a dude do something, I mean, completely off the wall, like what Wells Fargo's did, you know, opening those fake accounts and had to pay $1 billion. Well, they probably made $100 billion. They made so much money paying that little fine of $1 billion. That ain't nothing. You can have that.
Yeah, Wells Fargo was wild, and I closed my Wells Fargo account so quick. I said, man, what type of time they on, man? Let me
Hey man,
close it.
they on money time.
Let me close this down,
They
man.
on money
I
time,
mean,
man.
they was out of control, man. Like y'all making all these fake ass accounts for no reason. But I mean, well, they doing
There's
it
a
for a
reason.
reason. They doing it for a reason. But I was like, come on, man, that's unethical, man. But
Hey, and that's what I'm saying. And as black people, what's unethical to us ain't unethical to them. And we behind the 8 ball every day we wake up, but these boys are making moves and laws that affect our lives. It's just like how they make I guess a proposition, right? And within
yeah,
the proposition, they got a law that's tacked on to it that we ain't reading this 100-page situation, so we don't see it. But you vote for what they was talking about on TV, and then you realize, oh man, that was buried in the paperwork. We didn't read the paperwork, but we voted for it. Now we screwed. And
yeah,
they not
be
about to go
like
back.
that.
That's America, bro.
Yeah. A shout out to Hutch, man. Hutch, last comment right there. It was Don and Barron invested in some company in Florida, and now they got the Department of Defense contract.
Why
Crazy,
wouldn't
man.
they? They got people in the White House. They got
I
people
mean, it's I
directly
mean,
connected.
yeah, that's how it's gonna work. My daddy, the president. You better believe I'm gonna have a contract too.
Man,
Yeah,
and
what
you
it
gonna put your
is.
partners on and your cousins and your friends.
But yeah,
Man,
man,
I'm aware, bro. I'm just aware.
they're
I watch
doing it
things
right in
go on in truck.
front of
My
our
bad.
face. Nah, go. You
What you
good? Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
what you say, big dog? I ain't
Nah,
hear
I
you.
said go ahead. I said go ahead, though.
Oh man, yeah, bro. I'm aware of America, bro. Ain't no way for me to look back in the day and see how they treated my people and stop things from happening. You know what I'm saying? And we good at bootstrapping. We can make it work. But fam, if we had the same opportunities, bro, we'll probably be moving based on ethics. But then you got people that ain't being ethical, bro. I'm about to pass through Oklahoma right now. I'm reminded of what happened to Tulsa area. And I be
Mm-hmm.
looking around and I just be like, dang, I can only imagine what this would have looked like. And at my age, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And we they people. We own that land. And they stopped everything they could. Some of us still make it out. Some of us still have a mindset to want to make it out. And we doing what we can, but without us, like some people just ain't logical. Without us making certain moves, it's just like, bro, you trying to spend your own bread to make something happen, bro. The same person you see trying to open a food truck. You know, you can't tell him about credit. He want to bootstrap it. Nah, I'm gonna do it out of pocket. I ain't going into debt. And it's just like, bro, I'm watching you take years to do this. It ain't gotta take you that long, big dog.
Yeah.
You betting on yourself already. You're working.
Hello.
Go ahead. My bad.
Hey, Platt, where your sweat jar at, man?
Go ahead, man.
Because
Hey,
people done already. I was listening to you
you hear me?
the other day. Yeah, we hear you. I said, where your sweat jar at, man? You said every time somebody bring up Biden,
Oh,
they they've
take
been
another
bringing him up.
drink. Take a drink.
Yeah, take it as a drink, man. We
Biden.
sit here. Ain't
Joe
nobody
Biden.
said nothing about Joe Biden, and people in the comments already. But Joe Biden did this, man. Like, come on, man. Man,
Homie,
that boy Joe Biden living rent free in people's head. Real talk.
the boys getting money now, bro. Ain't no way they're gonna be in there being fools. You gonna tell me I'm running the biggest country in the world or one of the biggest societies in the world, and I'm only making $400K a year? Man, y'all better stop playing with me. Y'all better stop playing with me, man. Ain't no way, dog.
Yeah,
I
he
see.
get to the money, man.
We all seen what happened to Obama when he went into the White House and compared to when he came out. Boy, it looked like he was drained.
Yeah.
My boy looked like he was drained, man. He worked whatever he did to get his bread. I ain't mad at you, bro. Get your money, bro. If you can get away with it, bro, get away with it, bro. I ain't tripping. I know what it is. I see what it is. Them suits cost money.
Taylor suit sure do cost money, man. But yeah, I think the biggest difference, man, with with multiple presidencies, man, is that Trump not even trying to hide it. He just putting it in plain sight. Like, look, man, I'm
That
getting this
hey,
money, and y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it, right? Because
facts.
I'm putting money in y'all pocket too, right?
If
So
you paying attention, get out your
it's
feelings
like
and pay attention.
it's all tied in. Like I said, but morally, ethically, and from a moral standpoint, it's like, damn, man, that's not the right way to do it. But I don't blame him, right? Like I said, this is revenge tour. He getting his money, and it is what it is, man. You either gonna get in the way or get out the way. That's pretty much how he rolling. You either in the way or you out the way. If you're out the way, stay out the way. If you're in the way, well, I might run you over. That's how he moving, man. But
Yeah, but a president should be seen as a leader. The military, all those generals, they should see a man who brings to the table a uniqueness, something that they don't have, or that they haven't been exposed to. The president needs to be calm. He needs to be able to enlighten them. They shouldn't have to wrestle with him over the nuclear codes. They shouldn't have to take
Yeah.
it like a volleyball and push it over his head and push it over till they can get it out of the room. Because this guy, he wants to pop the code. It's like, sir, we're trying to win this war. You keep yanking at the nuclear codes. You keep trying to open these nuclear codes. We're not prepared to go there, sir. So they got to toss it up and down like a kid, like you keep a basketball from a short kid because you can hold it up high. You got to hold it up over his head. And that's not a president. And that's the problem. That's not a president. That's not presidential behavior. And it's possibly people have been saying, and they're saying now, if it's true, they had to hide the nuclear codes from him. He should be impeached and removed.
Yeah, and make a good news story for sure. I'm sure, whatever multiple outlets be, discussing it to some degree. But for me, look, like I said, I had a cup of coffee in the military, man. I retired as a '04 medically, and I would just say if never even thought about being in a room as far as like how generals are in rooms and how strategic command and strategy and operations work, right? For majority of my career, I was at a operational level. I was, I worked a strategic level for about 2 years and saw some of that. But operationally, it was my job to be a physical therapist. That is my job. So I'm working operational. From a strategic level, man, with these generals and dealing with things like that, man. If I would have ever got to that point and I had to deal or work within this administration or serve within this administration, I would just be buying my time. I would
As you
just, I
should.
would just, I would just be buying my time. Like honestly, like I know my job. I understand my job. I'm dedicated to my job, to the service of this country. But I would just be buying my time, and I would bet to say a lot of those generals walking around in the Pentagon and things like they're probably just buying their time at this point. At this point, man, that
Getting their
sitting at a
money.
strategic level, they're just buying their time, man.
I know
So.
if something go down in America, I bet you they family ready to go. They go be
Mhm.
some of the first people to get the call. They already
Yeah.
got a situation set up. That's just a smart move, bro. Even if you can put your feelings in it, and be like, I don't want to work for the dude, but being at that table man, that mean a lot, bro. Even if you ain't saying nothing.
No,
So.
well, it does, but not if he's trying to get at the code. If I gotta hide if I gotta sit on the nuclear codes because I'm afraid he's gonna pop them open, I don't want to be in that room.
I would, bro. I want to see what's going on from the highest level if
Well,
I
Okay,
can, bro.
hold on. Hold on.
somebody need to be in the room. Shit, luckily, the
Yeah,
reports. Luckily, General Caine was in the room because if not, he probably would have got the codes.
yeah, here we go. Check this out. Check this out.
They recognize they've got some problems and got to try to deal with it. And then there was a report out that they had an emergency meeting Saturday night. And apparently, well, one report coming out of that meeting at the White House is that Trump wanted to use the nuclear codes, and General Dan Caine stood up and said no. He invoked his privilege as the head of the military, so to speak. It was apparently quite a blow up. There are pictures of Caine coming out of that meeting with his head down to the ground. So, there's some very, very bizarre things going on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see that? You see that? You see that, Marga? You see that? You see that? You happy with that? You happy with that? And we hope it's not true. We hope it's not true. And Timothy, You like Fox News. Timothy, you've been brainwashed. You've been brainwashed by Fox News. Of course, you're not going to like me saying I don't believe every bit of propaganda that they put out. Man, you know what? One of the worst things that happened to America was Fox News. And it's not even that Fox News doesn't advertise themselves as entertainment and the advertisement and entertainment. That's what they are. But the people you're dealing with a bunch of opioid addicted idiots who feed off of every bit of BS Fox News pops. And I think that was the underestimate. They assumed the American people were smarter than to fall for Fox News. They said, well, this is entertainment. It's not even news. And sure enough, you got idiots like this guy right here. We got Trump in office twice. You got idiots that want to believe everything. Oh, he didn't do that. He would never do that. How would you know? How do you know? Were you there? Were you there? Joe Biden. And Joe Biden is always the catch-all, right? Whenever you get cornered, whenever you're losing an argument, scream Joe Biden.
I mean, they learning it from the current administration.
Mm-hmm.
I think every time Trump at the podium, he say Joe Biden name. Every time. I mean, they had a tracker going at some, especially early, within the first year of the second term. Every time that boy got to the podium, that boy was, and Joe Biden, crooked Joe, just every opportunity he got. I think it slowed down a little bit, but hell, just the other day, he was I want to say he was in Vegas or something like that, and talking about no tax on tips, and he just threw a shot at Joe Biden. I was like, God damn. But, that's, like you said, that's the defense mechanism, man, is when they're cornered. Oh, but let's talk about 4 years ago. No, let's talk about right now, current state, right now. Joe Biden got nothing to do with Iran, so why are you bringing him up? Well, he has nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. He has nothing to do with this current operation or war or whatever they want to call it, term it, phrase it. He has nothing to do with it, so why are you bringing him up? Well, open borders. Well, we ain't talking about the open borders for Iran coming into the U.S., so what are we talking about? What are we doing? What are we discussing? But that's the fallback, Platt. You called it, man. I just laugh.
No, they do it. They like they did Mike Pence. And this is old. They used to call people rhinos. In other words, if you didn't do everything they say do, you were just a Republican in name only. It was nonsense. It was a lie. And it's a term that they use to try to either shame you or force you to vote for some bill or something that you don't agree with. And they say this Joe Biden and liberal stuff to me, which is absolutely absurd. I'm not even close to being a liberal, but they did it to Mike Pence. That's the way they because he wouldn't break the law. They said, well, he's a liberal. And I said, well, what, Mike Pence? Are you sure about that? Are you sure? And I'm going to tell you something, Clarence Thomas. We know Clarence Thomas probably, I wouldn't say he's the most conservative. Okay, I wouldn't say that. All right. But he's up there, right, on the court. He's a conservative voice. Let Clarence Thomas put out let him offer his opinions on a case, and he does not toe the party line. It's not 100% what the Republicans want or the conservatives want, and watch them turn. Because that's what I've been waiting on. I've been waiting on, because the minute he do that, you're going to see, this guy's a liberal. Clarence is a goddamn liberal on the court.
Yeah, right.
You say, what? Clarence Thomas?
Clarence Thomas, yeah, right. You can't even put the word liberal around this man. That man bought and paid. bought and paid conservative, man. Yeah.
And you know a thing about Clarence, I hope Clarence believes it because I couldn't do that. I couldn't just go against my reasoning just so I can maintain a certain appearance. I couldn't do it. I'm serious. I wouldn't want to do it. And that's what the court's supposed to be your thoughts. You're helping the country, you're shaping the country. You're not supposed to hold into a position and just hold that, well, it's got to be conservative. So whatever it is, I'm going to be on the conservative. You ain't supposed to do that. That means you unfit to be a Supreme Court justice. You're not, you have a closed mind. People like that, our justices have to have an open mind.
Yeah, no, man. When I read the report, maybe about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, something like that, when Clarence Thomas was taking private jets funded by some Republican donor and stuff like that. Yeah, man, come on, get him out of here.
And there's a rumor. There's a rumor, and I've heard this a long time. This is 2026. I saw this in what, 2012? I saw it on one of those websites. They said that Clarence Thomas was the dumbest Supreme Court judge. He's just a dumbass. That's what they say. That's why he's not a leader on the court. He rarely comments doing oral hearings. They say he just sits there. He just sits there. And that's what the conversation was. They were saying for him to be a part of the Supreme Court, he's pretty stupid.
I would call him that.
No, that's what they were saying. I don't know if that's true or not.
I would call him that stupid. Whoever published that report, man, they were just trying to get to people, man. I would call the man stupid, man. Now, did he sell his soul? I think all of them do a little bit, right? They all sell their soul. To what degree they're selling their soul, no one but them and whoever they sold it to will know. But I wouldn't say that report that's kind of.
But if you was
crazy,
to compile
man.
the notes of Clarence Thomas, if you was to sit back and go reflect on his career, what has he done? I'm saying, what decision, what notes, what has he done that's groundbreaking or of such a degree, that you can say, this is a Supreme Court justice versus this is just somebody on the court. Nothing.
Maybe interesting to see. I mean,
nothing. He's
if
done.
I were to
He
do a
said nothing.
quick Google search, I'm sure something will come up. But
I can take any host from Fox News and set him at the bench with Clarence Thomas. Take Clarence Thomas off. Put any host, Greg Gutfeld.
Not Greg, bro. He the worst.
The guy in the morning. I don't even know any one of the three that's in the morning. Faulkner, Harris Falk. Put Harris Falk. Anybody, Shauna. Anybody that's working at Fox News right now, I could ask Clarence Thomas, move out the way, put them down in his place, and they probably would give a more insightful assessment of a legal matter than Clarence Thomas. That's his whole point. He was like, what has he done? What case has he sat on? What's groundbreaking about Clarence? That's what he's saying. He says this guy's just along for the ride. When you think about it, yeah, who did he motivate?
I'm sure he motivated somebody out there.
Who?
I don't know. I'm sure somebody probably in the chat, man.
We had a guy come up here. He's a Clarence Thomas fan. He was trying so desperate to try to get people to think that Clarence Thomas is some type of fair arbitrator. I said, well, no, he's not a fair dude, but
yeah, not by any stretch.
No, he's not even trying to be fair.
He's very
and Clarence
one-sided.
Thomas, when he got elected, he said he don't believe in race. He said, I don't believe in black. I don't believe in white. We're all the same. And he said all of this stuff we need to have something just for black. He said that's unconstitutional. And that's what he said. It's not constitutional. That's why dumb Negroes don't realize reparations. It's unconstitutional, you stupid nigga. And how you gonna get it passed? Because you think they're gonna do it. Oh, they're just gonna do it. They're gonna do it because I say so. They ain't gonna do that because it's unconstitutional. They're gonna say it's unconstitutional. Well, they do that for the Haitians. They don't look at it the same way. They do that for the white South Africans. They don't look at it. You go tell that to Trump. So you got to understand, they can get away with certain things, but show me how blacks are going to, A, demand reparations, B, get it where it'll be approved, right? We already know that'll never happen. But then get it through the Supreme Court. It's like they're ignoring that. You have to get that shit passed.
I was reading something about those the white South Africans. They said the cost of living over here too high. So most of them going back.
Yeah. Okay.
The cost of living too high, man.
I'd miss my country too. I don't blame them.
It says America too damn high, man. And whatever little stipend that they getting don't cover nothing.
Yeah, go ahead, go back where you was.
They can't get jobs and all kinds of stuff like that. So most of them going back.
Well, just like you, if you went over there, JR, but if you went over there, JR, you would have to go through the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What was the reason they fled? They left for what? To go back.
Yeah, there wasn't no there's no racial discrimination over there. And it's deliberate. That's misinformation.
They came over here for a damn photo op plat. That's what it was.
They probably got paid
thought it was sweet.
The resources. They put a lot of laws in since because of the apartheid, because of the wealth. See, this is what I said. This is where you get into trouble. This is where you got a lot of dishonesty in the white community, right? When you try to have a discussion, they don't want to hear, well, during apartheid, a lot of the resources were only shared by a small group of white farmers. So what the new ruling class has done is said, okay, this amount of land needs to be allotted to these black farmers. That's racist, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can look at, well, that's racist. You for racism. You for racism. And that's why we're gonna never. It'll never work. I'm saying I'm not South African, but I already know what they're doing. I said, Elon, you doing that? So Elon's doing that. Elon's saying, I don't care. I don't care about the past, man. We're not gonna do nothing to remedy nothing. And
Makes sense to me.
You for that?
Ain't about being for it. Ain't he South African?
Who?
That's where he was raised. Elon.
Elon. Yeah, he's South African.
Okay, but so are people. What about the other people? What about the other people in South Africa?
What about them?
They want the resources to be divvied up fairly.
Oh no, it don't work like that.
Okay,
and
but they
Elon
took
got that
them.
bag.
Hold on. They put them under. So do you want to live under apartheid?
I don't know what it is.
Okay, well, do you want to be discriminated against by your race? Your hue, actually, apartheid's it's colorism, really.
Colorism, yeah, that's all.
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah.
I deal with it every day. I'm sorry. I deal with it in America, low key. That's how I've been for us. What make you think you special? And then Elon got a bag. He got a real one. No government bag. He got his own. He can walk in there and buy things up. I mean, we can say
that man got that. He got a government bag. He getting all that kickbacks from the government. That's how he got so rich.
He pays enough in sexual harassment suits.
Nonetheless,
hold up. He don't know how to keep his hands to himself.
I hear you.
Them women said,
ain't nothing little money can't fix.
They got on the elevator with Elon, and they said that door closed. Elon was grabbing all on them, and they got it all on camera. And that woman's file suit got her $2.3 million.
And he paid it.
Chump
Moving
change.
on.
Well, he got
Hey, I'm
Chump change.
realistic
it's
about
not
it, bro.
meant to
I'm just
be.
saying.
I do it and I just pay for it. It's not meant to be. You pay.
I mean,
The point is to
That's
not
$2 to
violate.
him, Platt. He ain't worried about
But
that.
you
That's
ain't
what I'm
supposed to be
saying.
violating people, man.
Yeah,
man, people
he shouldn't be
violate
doing
every
that, man.
day, bro.
He
They
shouldn't be doing that. But
right now we getting violated in ways, pause, that we can't even fathom because we ain't on that level, bro. I wouldn't want it to be done like that, but if Elon really wanted to,
Is money, because you've made a bunch of statements about, is money like the most important thing in a man's life?
for the most part,
Okay.
money moves
I
needles.
disagree, but
Yeah,
to
okay, and
each
that's
his
fine.
own. Yeah, that's why I said to each his own.
Yeah, and that's fine, right? Because money moves needles. Money changes everything. You can have all the emotions you want. You can have the conversations you want with your folk, your partners. When money is involved, people switch up. You can either make them do things right on the bad side or on the good side.
Are those good people?
And what is a good person?
Are those good people who switch up because of money?
To them, they're good people.
Well, not to them, to you.
I mean, it ain't up to me.
It is up to you. Are those good people? You as a group of people who switch up with money, are they good or bad?
They people, bro. I can't really answer that.
So you don't think there's a group of people who don't switch up because of money?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's the good people? Who's the bad people?
I don't know.
There you go.
And even then, again,
There you go.
even then, what's a good person? Because a good person can do wrong too. Does that make them a bad
Not
person after they
really.
did wrong?
Well, not really.
How?
If you want to be liberal with the label of good, if they're doing wrong, they're not good people.
I mean, they say that about pastors, bro. Pastors do people wrong.
There are bad pastors, but not all of them, though.
And people still go to their church.
Some of them do go to the bad pastor. They do. Some of them.
That's just people, bro. Like with money, but I know money moves needles.
I think that you, and I get it, brother, but I really do, Tabor, think you need to do something about whatever happened for you to think like that.
Like what?
No, because I get it, but Tabor, you really can't be around. There's always going to be dirt bags and low lives. You need to know that, and you need to know how to look and say, "What? Who cares what they're doing?" Hey, look, Tabor, I've dealt with dudes, and I found out the dude was a low life. I left him alone. I don't deal with people like that. And let me tell you another thing about learning.
Hold on, Platt.
Hold on, let me tell you another thing about that. Let me tell you another thing about learning that. It's not going to work out. Hold on. So you say, give them a chance. No, it's not going to work out. My history is if they're low lives, they're going to wind up doing low life things. They're not good people. They're dishonorable people. So eventually they're going to be dishonorable. So that's what I'm saying. So it's a waste of time. I'm a grown man, so it's a waste of time for me. I know where that road goes. So when I find out guys are like that and I'm dealing with them, I'll still deal with them. But as far as getting to know me and stuff, that's not going to happen. My people, my family, that's not going to happen. But as far as me working with them, dealing with, I'll deal with them, but also learn how to deal with them because I know this is a low life dude. I'm going to have my wallet. I'm going to have my wallet in my hand, my phone in my hand. When I know that, hey, you want me to run you up the street. Okay, let me put all my stuff over here. Okay, let me let you in. I let you in. I'm watching you the whole time. I'm driving with one eye. I got one eye on the road, one eye on you, because I know you probably got a pistol somewhere.
Man,
and I'd embrace myself in case I got to jump out my vehicle.
Man, come on,
I got my foot. No, I got my foot ready because I'm waiting for you to try to take my car.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be around that though, big dog. I don't know how my conversation take you down that road.
Let me tell you something. My neighborhood was so thuggish. When I think I was like 18. I might have been 17. I think I had a learner's permit. I was in a car, and this guy saw it was me, and he said, "Hey man, run me up the street real quick." probably I might have been 16. You know, you have an old beater that you ride to school. You know, you pay $400 for. It ain't gonna last more than a year. All you do is put gas in it, you know, gas and oil until it just stops on the side of the road. You abandon, you take the plate off, and then you walk home, and then you don't even think about it. The city tows it to the junkyard or whatever. So I'm driving in my city, and boom, the guy, you know, a thug. Growing up in that community, this guy was a thug. So he says, yo, man, run me up the street real quick. And I'm looking at him like, this dude never talks to me. You know, this is like a big name dude. It's like, I'm a nobody. All of a sudden, he wants me to do something. So I said, yeah, hold up. I stopped, popped the door. He got in. And he looking at me, yeah, so this your car, man? I said, yeah. He said, nice, nice. He said, okay, look, pull up right here. All right, now look. And I noticed that way he was talking to me. He said, all right, stop right here. Stop here. He was like, don't pull up on the lot. And I was like, okay. He said, check it out. Don't come in. Don't get out the car. I'll be back. First time I ever even heard a conversation like that. He didn't want me to go by the pumps. He wanted me to pull in onto the lot, off to the side. I did. So he goes inside. I'm there, you know, just waiting. And then all of a sudden, I see him come out. He's sort of in a brisk run. He gets in the car. He said, back up. Don't. No, he said, back up. No, he told me to go. He said, come on, let's go. So I go. He said, all right, don't go. He said, like, turn this way. We didn't go back. He said, all right, let me drive down this street. I went down like this abandoned street. And then all of a sudden we got toward it was like a good 100 feet, not 30 yards, not long, but where we weren't by no light poles, and where if you were watching, you wouldn't see where he got out. I let him out. He thanked me, and he was like, yo, man, look, thank you, bro. Or take care of your car, man. It's a nice car. And he started to walk. I got out the car. I went home later on at night. I'm looking at the news.
You hear this some more? Come on.
Yeah, God damn, bro. Fuck it.
Man, you crazy as hell, man.
I'm looking at the news. I'm 17. They say police are looking for a man who robbed 1405th Street.
You crazy as hell, man.
It's him. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I ain't even outside
and
like
then
that.
About 2 weeks later, I'm coming down here in the middle of the street. Yo, man, he trying to flag. I said, go to work. I gotta go to work. And I went on about my business. That taught me my lesson. That's so low life dudes. That's what I'm saying. But look, I will give him, if you want to say he was doing a good thing, because I have, he didn't want to get me. He certainly didn't put me on camera. He certainly didn't get me, in trouble at 17. If you want to call that being a good guy, okay.
And that's what I'm saying. You really don't know people, bro. You just gotta let them rock until you realize that they not somebody you want to hang around.
I'm driving my car, man. You talking about? Oh Lord, bro! This guy said good people.
That was an accessory to a crime.
Yeah, you was a getaway driver, Platt. You a criminal.
No, I wasn't.
Criminal to boy.
No, I wasn't. No,
yes, you are.
We gotta call a spade a spade, bro.
He's saying I was. Now hold up, he's saying I was. No, I wasn't, brother. I don't know what that man did. What the fuck you talking about?
You ain't gotta tell me.
Hold up.
You're accessory to a crime, man.
JI, he ain't give me no money.
Nah. You drove the car away from a crime scene, Platt. You're a criminal, man.
Yeah, you're a criminal, bro.
I'm not.
Hey, bro, you gotta accept the call, bro.
First of all, I was underage, and B, I didn't know. So, and it happened. It's something that taught me a lot in my life. But yeah, and it shouldn't have happened. But I'm saying it happened.
Man, you crazy as hell, man.
Yeah, no, bro,
I'm not. You was the getaway
You know what?
driver,
You yet to hold up, Jay. You said nothing about him. You said about 5 things
it's
about
your
me.
Fault, Platt. You had the car.
You had the car? You should have told him no. Hell no. I ain't giving you no ride.
You gotta take accountability, Platt. We was talking about that last night.
Okay, so hold up. So JR, you drive me to the gas station. I go in there, rob the place, come out. It's your fault?
Nah, if you ain't no
Hold
good
up, no,
dude, I ain't
no,
giving you no
JR.
ride.
JR,
Nah.
you didn't go in with. Hold up, JR. You didn't go in with me.
Nah.
He can catch a
You
charge though.
if I know you ain't no good dude, you ain't getting no ride in my car,
Oh, come
man.
on.
That's
Facts,
how it
bro.
works,
You look
right?
shady. I ain't even putting you in.
You know the deal,
Now, hold
Platt.
up,
You ain't no,
boy,
if
I
I
know you
know
don't believe.
you a good, if I know
Boy,
you
you
no
don't
good,
believe
you
that,
get
do
no
you?
ride.
I know you don't agree with that, right?
Believe what? Agree with what?
You wouldn't give a guy a ride and you don't know what he's doing.
Nah, bro. Listen, bro. I grew up around hustlers, like my hometown. I watched my cousins and partners getting to it with cats that was getting in the car with work, right? And they was catching charges because of these dudes. My homeboy, one of my closest friends,
So
had to
you
serve
know
6
better.
months because
So you
I
know
mean, I
better.
would think so. I would think so, bro. My
Okay,
homeboy
good
did
for
6
you.
months because he put a partner in the car with a pound. They didn't know it was in his backpack, and he got charged. They put it on him.
It
I
was
grew
his
Oh,
up
I
with this
car.
know
cat, known
that.
him for 25
I've
years.
had
Yeah,
that a couple of
that's
times
how
too.
it goes,
Well, I
especially
had
in
that
Texas.
twice.
It's your car. You getting the charge.
I had that twice, and I remember dude got police got right behind me, and it was a rallies. Man, I turned into that rallies, and they stopped a little bit, and then they kept going. And then the dude gonna look at me and say, "Man, I'm glad you turned into rallies." I said, "What?" He gonna show me about 3 pounds he had wrapped around his waist. He talking
Yeah,
about,
I ain't
man, yeah,
that green, Plat.
I'm gonna have to put this in your
I
car
ain't that
seat.
green.
He said, I was gonna have to put this in your car. I'm looking at that. I ain't know the dude had anything. I just didn't like the way the police was following me. So, and I ain't knowing. So he got out at rallies, and I never seen him again.
Damn,
But
Platt. I ain't never.
he did the same thing about take me up the street. I'm a different type of dude, man. Everybody I'm associated with is not a thug and a criminal. So sometimes you get used to giving people the benefit of the doubt. But I grant you, I
Nah.
shouldn't have done that for these people. This particular guy,
Man.
And
you know,
see,
I never.
everybody don't get that, bro. Certain people just get a no.
I
Nah,
was
but
coming.
nah, I'm good.
I was out by the. Well, I'm not gonna get into that. Anyhow, it happened, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, I ain't that
Platt, I
green,
never
Plat.
took you
I ain't
for a
gonna hold
criminal, man. But man, you was out
you.
there,
Yeah.
man, being the getaway driver.
You know what I'm
Crazy,
saying? Out
man.
here thugging, bro.
He
That's
the
what you
wheel.
doing.
He was the wheel man.
Yeah, the
Crazy,
wheelman. That's what it's
man.
called. The wheelman.
Yeah,
Out here doing this Fast and Furious thing.
I'm
We
fast
feel
and
you, Plat.
furious, man.
We
Platt,
feel you,
no, he
big
hit
dog.
that corner. He bent that corner in that car.
Nah, though, Plat. My views come from my life
My
experience, bro.
biggest, and maybe I'm sort of messed up because my biggest complaint ain't even got to do with the dude lied and could have got me locked up. It's the motherfucker didn't give me nothing. Like give me 20 or something, man.
Give me something. Yeah.
And that make it even worse.
Throw me something for my
Man,
troubles.
nigga ain't gonna me nothing, man. Man, give me $5.
Put me in
It's like,
harm's
God
way and give me
damn.
nothing. Yeah.
Cut me in, man. What you get? 80? You got 80? Give me 20, man.
Yeah, bro.
Man, hold
See,
up. There would have been a problem. If I'd asked that man, it would have been a problem then. If I'd have been so bold as to ask that man for some money, man, yeah, them dudes ain't gonna share their money, man.
he would have robbed you.
And more, probably because we was on a little side street. It's full of houses and stuff now, but at the time it didn't have any houses. It was nothing but grass. He probably would have. Yeah, he probably would have. No, I agree. I get on my knees and pray about that moment all the time. You're right. And it didn't get to that by me being innocent. That saved me because I was so innocent. A, I didn't know what he did. B, I didn't ask for nothing. And C, when we got, because there was a hesitation, he was like looking at me. He was just looking at me strange, like he wanted to do something, but he didn't. He just said, all right, man. He got out and went on about his business. He would later be found laying in the middle of the street. He pissed the wrong person off. So eventually he got his.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how it happened. The other day, bro, we was up here talking about growing up, right? I ain't saying I had to grow up fast, bro, but my family taught me more about the world than anybody as far as being like shady people. My car broke down when I was in high school, bro. My uncle was supposed to come fix it. He took the car and went to Louisiana. I never seen the car again.
Damn.
I'm in high school, bro. I already told
That's
y'all what happened with
blood.
my mom back in the day. Like, I'm not tripping on the stories because I know people don't really talk about certain things and you may look away, but I don't care, bro. I already look away to people. I look like I could be shady until you realize that I ain't shady. People can call me what they want. I ain't on what you think I'm on.
The true test, Tabor, if you think you're having the wrong, if you present the wrong image to America as a black man, the true test, go into a Whole Foods, wherever you are in America. Find you a Whole Foods as a black man. Go like you normally look. And I want you to just walk in there and proceed to look at the fruits and walk around and tell me, how are people reacting to you? Are they coming up? Are they speaking? Are they comfortable? Are they living? Are they moving away from the lemons when you show up?
He said going to
like they feel uneasy around me.
Yeah, are they moving? Are you noticing people are moving away as you move? The customers are moving. Because then you'll know maybe you don't have to, but you have an image that people are not comfortable with.
And I get that, but remember the story I told you about the situation with the kids, right? That's one. So my image don't matter. It's people. I had a situation the same way. I be in truck and a person to look at me and move out my way. I don't talk to me crazy. I'm watching him talk to everybody else crazy. He ain't about to pull that on me. I look away, bro.
Well, like I said,
go ahead.
Okay, well, you don't care though, right?
It ain't about me not caring. This is the face I got.
Wait a minute, Tabor. I'm Whole Foods approved.
What?
I'm Whole Foods approved.
You said you can walk in Whole Foods and have a whole conversation.
I'm a black man. I'm a black man, but I'm Whole Foods approved. I can go in there and I'm just one of the other customers. They don't move. When I come over, they sit right there still picking through their friends. Even talk to me, believe it or not. Ask me what I think about something that they're doing. I'm Whole Foods approved. I'll go stand and look around. Now, look, that ain't my world at all. At all. But I'll go there and stand and I'll watch and I'll see them and I'm hopeful they don't have a problem with me. Now, I'm not doing anything, but I'm Whole Foods approved. I'm telling you, and I've been there. I've seen black people who are not Whole Foods approved. You ain't Whole Foods approved, man. That guard gonna follow you around. Every time you look up, you're gonna see that security guard looking. I remember one time, now hold up, and I've seen that. I've been up in the Whole Foods, man, and goddamn security guard, I'm looking at him, he's shopping. I'm like, man, you ain't fuck you shopping now? You
Big
shopping.
dog.
Bro, you at work.
Shopping on the job.
Yeah, motherfucker looking at me, and then when I caught him, right, because I was waiting. I said, this motherfucker turned the corner, I'm waiting. So when he came through, I'm looking at him. I wasn't looking at the food. He gonna look like he trying to find something to buy. Man, get your ass out of here. You ain't shopping.
Keep game flat. I'm in Houston, and so there's a place called First Colony Mall. It's in Sugar Land, right? It's one of the nicest malls.
First Colony,
So I go to the Apple store. It's packed, bro. It's Christmas time. Baby girl want an iPad. I know what they cost, bro. But I'm not going to get her a used iPad. We going straight to Apple so we get the warranty and everything. I get in there. The black dude.
You bogged out.
This how they looking at me, bro.
You gotta repeat. You gotta repeat yourself. You're bogging out. You have to repeat yourself.
Okay, I said.
You bogged out again. You bogged out again. You got to start with, you know how much they cost. You're talking about iPad.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, start at
iPad.
You know how much they cost. iPads, because we missed all that.
I know how much they cost.
Okay.
Okay, I'm in Apple Store at First Colony Mall.
How much does a new iPad cost?
The one I paid for cost $600.
Depending on the gigs you get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I paid $600 for my daughters, bro. With the Apple Care and all that, the warranty.
Okay.
But when I went in there, bro, the black dudes looking at me like the Apple dudes. They looking at me like I ain't about to buy, like I'm about to shop. Just look around, and it's packed. It's Christmas time. Asian dude walks up to me. He say, "How may I help you?"
He thought you was trying to steal, Tabor.
It don't even matter. I told him. I told the Asian dude who gave me respect. He walked up to me, asked, "How may he help me?" I said, "I want an Apple iPad. I want an iPad and the pen, because my daughter wants the pen. She do all this little drawing." So the pen is 125 by itself, bro. You hear what I'm saying? The dude got the sale. The black lady who's a manager is looking at me like, MF, why didn't you go to one of these black brothers? Like, I'm looking at her, look at me, look at them. I didn't even have a conversation with her. It don't matter, bro. People go
But-
treat me how they treat me.
I'm not an Apple store guy at all. I've been there. Based on normal life and being a black man in America, did I encounter racism? Not at the Apple store. Nah, I mean, it was, man, we damn near was like in school again. Apple store was like kindergarten. They got desk in there. You sit down. I'm like, man, I'm trying to get, can I get some help? I'm like, I don't want to go through this. What we finna do, have marshmallows? Because the Apple store was it's too social. It's like, man, hey, can I just get what I'm trying to get? Yeah, it's like everybody sit together in front of the campfire. Yeah, it was like fucking, it was something like a campfire thing. And it was not my thing. And I had lost my phone. And I was trying to some kind of way. And, you know, obviously I knew I didn't have my contacts. It's just like now, I never saved my I'm not on Apple now. I always lose my password. And then we never see each other for 3-4 years. Speaking of that, I got to update
yeah, Apple,
my
you go pull all that up, bro, on your iCloud. I get it. Apple just got good products, bro. That's what my baby asked for. You know what I'm saying? So I give her what she want. How I told you before, same thing with the phone. And I don't buy her used stuff, bro. Nothing I buy her is used. I don't do that. But nonetheless,
there's nothing wrong with used.
It ain't for my daughter though.
Okay.
We going to the store. We going to make sure it's up to par. It's brand new. It ain't got no issues. I ain't got to go get it serviced. And if I got to get it serviced, I'm taking it to Apple.
Well, you can buy a protection program, a plan for an iPad, man. It's only Apple. Like $20, if even that, $8 a month.
Mine was like 100 and something.
A month?
Yeah, they usually not.
For like the warranty, bro. The warranty,
like 11,
the Apple Care,
$11, something like that. Apple Care.
I got all that, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be one that then it becomes, if it's 100 a month, it exceeds the price of the.
No, it ain't 100 a month, bro. It's one time. It's just paying for like a couple years or 3 years or something like that.
What's wrong
like
with
the max?
You know what?
With
electronics, that's a good deal. If I got an iPad that's refurbished for $300, and then I buy a 3-year plan for $115. Well, 3 years from now, you know what? More than likely, I'll either be trying to buy a new one, or I'll keep it and I'll let that plan expire, or whatever. You know, if it's got problems, I'll send it in and get it fixed, and then I won't renew. Because then I'll say, okay, well, it's on its own, because I can always get another car. I can always get another iPad. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to constantly keep it under service, because it gets old. Once it gets old, I'll get something else.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, bro. Like, that makes sense to me. And I used to move like that. I'm going to be honest. For myself, I could do that. But my kid, I don't. That's just me, bro. My baby mama don't like it. I told you before. But she ain't nothing she say about it. I take care of my kid. That's my kid.
Yeah.
If anybody tell me what I spend on
your
my
kid, but I don't even know if your kid even understand that.
She don't have to. I understand.
It's fresh out the box.
I understand.
And you stunting too, Tabor. That you're a little bit. I'm detecting a little bit of stunting.
Let him stunt, man.
How am I stunting?
No, you flexing a little bit. No, you flexing a little bit. Yep.
Look,
let him flex, man.
He's flexing.
Let him flex,
Come on, man. I ain't lying to you though, Platt.
Black father doing well by his child. Let him flex, man. That's a big stunt, man. I salute to you, Tabor. Real talk, real shit.
I look out for my kid, bro, because that's what I told you. Enough on one side, they don't get spoiled. On the other side, they get too much. Like, it just, the ignorant shit. I mean, stuff that go on, bro. I don't partake. I can be of it. Don't get it twisted. When I go outside, I'm a grown man, and I want to have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun. And I can be on that, but for the most part, bro, man, I got things going on, bro. I ain't trying to lose in life just because somebody feel a way about the deal.
Tabor, good for
my
you,
bad.
Tabor, but to a certain degree, you sort of flexing that you don't buy nothing but new iPads for your daughter, which is fine.
I only
You don't.
bought one,
Wait
bro.
a minute. You don't have to. You know
Hey,
you don't. You
man.
can buy refurb. You can buy refurb, and you can buy a maintenance plan, right? You can't. You don't want to do it. You want yours fresh out the box because you that man. Okay, that's you, man. Flex.
Platt hating, man. You big hating, Platt.
Hey.
Damn, man.
How am I hating?
Damn, Platt.
How?
You
How am I?
hating, man. The
How?
man said he wanted fresh out the box for his daughter, and you like, nah, man. But you know
I
you
didn't
can get
say
it
don't do it.
refurbished,
I
though.
said he flexing.
What's wrong with that? Let him flex.
Okay, you all right. There you go. Let
Hey,
him
to be
flex. Okay,
honest with you,
boy, you're
Black,
free to flex. You're free to
listen,
flex, boy.
I was just about to tell you, fam, I earned that, my G. To be honest with you, I earned what I got. I ain't taking nothing from no man. I ain't asking for no deals. I'm
Well,
gonna pay for what I
hold
want.
on. How about this, boy? We're different. When I buy electronics for kids because of they spill shit, they lose shit, they break shit, I have no problem buying refurbed with a maintenance plan. And then when they spill their drink in it and it doesn't work anymore, I can get it fixed.
I hear
So
you.
I'm just saying we're just different, man. No, but it's people who got money like that. To boy, you flexing.
You got that money on, man. Ain't
I hear
nothing
you,
wrong
G.
with it, man. It go both ways, man. Both
All right, let
ways
people.
make sense,
I,
man. If you got it, do it. You know what I'm saying? If it's nothing to you, and then both ways work, man. But yeah, let them
believe
get it
me,
off,
bro.
man.
What you saying? I feel it when I come around on people, and they think I'm doing that, and that's what I told you before, bro. It just that's how people go feel about you anyway. They don't like you. They just giving you a reason. They just trying to give you a reason why they don't like you. And I get it, bro. I've been around haters all my life, homie.
I'm
It don't matter.
Whole Food approved though, brother.
And I
What
can
do you
go
mean?
to Whole Foods too and purchase whatever they got, whatever going
Whole
on.
Foods approved is crazy as hell, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I ain't never
No,
thought
it's
about
not.
that, but you know,
No, it's
people,
not.
people gonna
Whole
feel
Foods
uncomfortable
approved,
around you,
man.
and they gonna feel uncomfortable.
Y'all be careful how y'all talk to me now. Y'all talking to me. I'm Whole Food approved.
Yeah, talk to me like you know.
He said,
I
talk
feel
to me
you, bro.
nice, man. I could walk up in Whole Foods and shut that place down, man.
Yeah, I
Let me
hope
go.
not.
Let me
I
go
hope
check
I
on my.
don't. And then I would have a problem. I hope they don't respond to me that way. But they have put that, not them. They have put that security. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I'm grown ass man. I don't like when they put the security guy be looking. I said, where this dude come from? And then I go to another aisle, and I said, man, the dude tried to shop. I'm like, bro, you're a horrific security guard. That's how you keeping this place safe. You pretending to shop.
Yeah, man.
But that's the world we live in, though, man. There's a super low foods.
My,
If I can go in there right now, the guard gonna follow me the whole time. I remember one time. This was back in the day, though. This was back in the day. I remember one time. This was back in the day, though, because they pissed me off. I remember they sent the security guard to watch me. And I didn't notice at first, but then I noticed every time I would go somewhere, here they come. So I got in the aisle, and they was like 3 rows down, but some kind of way they went from the door to me. So I didn't say nothing, and I said, well, they don't know the type of dude. I said, these people just don't know who they dealing with. So I went over to the steaks, a ribeye, right? The ribeye was like $30. I got 2 of them, put them in the basket. So I'm pushing my basket, and he was looking at me, right? It was a black man, brother. So then I cut down an aisle. There wasn't nobody there with me, so I took those steaks, dropped them in my waist.
What?
See, I'm saying, look.
No, that was back in the day, though. And hold up. So then he come around trying to watch. I think I was looking at some pepper. I got a ball of pepper, some salt. I went to the counter, and I paid for my thing, and he was looking. And then, and I was like, man, you fucking with the wrong one, brother. Like you can't stop me.
Let you hell, man.
You
You
can't stop
fictionalize the
me.
hell out of a story.
No, man, I got there, I got out, and I didn't even want them steaks, man. I just got him off of G because he was fucking with me. I said, bro, you can't stop me.
Yeah, Platt, you sound like you steal
fictionalize the
steaks, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
hell out
No,
of
bro,
nah.
no, I didn't say that. No,
He
hold on.
was bullshitting from the beginning because he was laughing a little bit before he even started telling the story.
I'm not bullshitting about none of this.
You bullshit.
I'm done. You know what, bro? I'm not
When
bullshitting. You know,
when he be taking
JR.
them long pauses to boy when he telling the story,
Uh-oh.
that be bro, you be BS.
He thinking about it.
I have never
Yeah.
lied on YouTube ever.
Because he knew it.
Why are you
He be
hating? No,
trying
you know
to-
about me hating.
you be
JR, why
trying
you
to
hating?
stop- You be trying to
Why
stop
you hating,
yourself
bro?
from
You hating
laughing
on
telling the
JR, you hating
story.
on me.
Right?
You hating on me. JR, they fuck with me. No, JR. I don't do no shit like that. I pay for all my stuff. But dude was fucking with me.
So you stole the steaks.
So that make you a good person?
And that was a long time
Oh,
ago.
you a bad person.
So you're a criminal 2 times today. Flat, you hell, man.
Hey, we ain't judging you though, Platt. We just know a little
Well,
bit
it
about
sounds
you.
like you are. Look, at the end of the day, they was wrong to watch me because they thought I was steal.
Wait a minute.
So you stole. You
They-
proved it right.
They
fuck
was
that.
wrong
Now
for
stop
doing their job.
Stop interrupting. This guy right here. Stop interrupting. Stop interrupting, JR. They was wrong in the motherfucker. They thought I was gonna steal. That's racist. That's stereotypical. So
Bro.
because they felt that way, I just did.
Hell, man. They say they was
But
wrong
they
for doing
started
their
it.
job.
Fuck that. They started it. Nah, get out of here. They started it.
Oh man.
I finished it.
He said, nah, they was wrong for doing their job. They shouldn't have been following me, so I took the 2 steaks. You crazy as hell,
They
man.
started it. I finished it. Fuck that.
You be having me rolling, man. You a good storyteller, though.
No, they started it. I finished it. Fuck that.
Hey, we get it though, Platt, man. You sound like you steal steaks. I mean, that's what we at.
That's where I'm at. Okay.
That's where you at, man.
Hey,
If you
the
think
only
so,
thing that
bro.
matters is that they taste good when you cooked them. Because you know what? A free
Like
steak
I
gonna
said,
taste
I don't
good
even
on
remember.
GP.
I think it was just off GP. I don't even think I wanted them. I just did it because they thought they could. Now, sometimes people fuck with you, man, and you be like looking at them saying, man, it ain't even like that. It's like if a dude lock his car, like you walking up the street, you ain't bothering nobody, and then you going somewhere, and then you notice the dude press his alarm when he see you. And you know, it go doo-doo in front of you, and you like, what? Where you getting now? Ain't nobody trying to steal your car, man. And then you look at his car, and then you look at him, it's like a BM or something. And you say, you know what? I remember back in the day, you know what? I can get this nigga shit. And you be looking at him, and then you be like, you know what? I'm finna get this nigga. Fuck this nigga. Then you slide off and take his car.
Man, I mean, I didn't have
Yeah,
people
man.
switch the size they held their purse on when I walk past. I ain't tripping. If you feel like that, then you got an internal problem because I ain't switching my pocket or my wallet when you walk past me.
Well, I'm
I
broke
ain't
though,
switching
so
my
boy.
bags.
I can't really do that. I'm broke.
Oh, hey man, listen, you gotta get you some money, Platt. No matter what, the only thing that matters is the money. It'll never lead, cheat, or deceive you. Everybody else will, but your money won't. But I do, but going back to what you were saying about men and money, bro, I do believe that it changes men's views. It can get them out of situations. Matter of fact, it'll make them not go into situations when they got more than a few dollars in their pocket because they got some things to lose. Men with good jobs, men that got family, they got something to make it home to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we ain't gotta be outside like we was teenagers and 20. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all said the other day, growing up. So it's like you gotta grow up, but you ain't gotta grow up. Cause I'll still be out here buying toys. They just more expensive.
Yep. I feel you on that.
I don't know though, man. I say with everything that going on, I'm glad that Trump is still in the White House. Somebody was talking about impeaching him earlier. I don't believe that's gonna happen. Y'all said it before. He got impeached but didn't get removed. So that makes no sense to me. But
They're
I can
gonna
see they
bring
went
up
through the
the
motion.
articles. Yeah, they're gonna bring up the articles of impeachment, but no, nothing gonna happen, man.
You talking
Ain't
about for
nothing
this
gonna happen.
time?
Yeah, it's nothing gonna happen. They're gonna bring up the article impeachments for this time, and nothing gonna happen, man.
He gonna do his 2 years.
He gonna do the 2 years.
He
Man.
gonna
It
do his 2
depends. It depends on how many. If the America swings hard, heavy to the Democrats, he'll be removed from office.
Man, they said that last time, man. It was all over the news talking about that. They swore they was gonna get him up out of office, and he served his full term. That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter what's Trump doing, bro, Trump do what everyday American does. They say goofy stuff, they do goofy things, they get sound bites and clips of them. You know, they put it online, they talk about them, and it just people move on.
Yep.
They just need
They
something to talk about.
They wanted him impeached during that first term during the COVID part. They were trying to impeach
Yep,
him
and he
then.
didn't get impeached. The people who think he gonna get impeached
Yep.
now are
He
just
put them COVID relief checks out, and everybody forgot about it, man.
That's all he needed.
The
Huh?
money's
Exactly.
off.
Moved on,
Them
man.
stimmies.
Threw a few stimulus checks,
A
a few people
stimmy.
away, man. They forgot all about them shits, man.
You know what? My stimmy went to my child support. I like Trump. Matter of fact, you know what? Trump
oh my
paid on my
god.
child support.
Nah,
He the only one to ever
I
do
ain't
it.
gonna go that
He
far.
gave you
God,
$1,000 and
boy,
that's enough to like the dude.
the boy jumped out the damn semi.
Ain't
He
nobody.
jumped out the truck with it, Platt.
Hey, listen. Ain't nobody ever paid on my child support but me. Trump looked out for my pocket.
But that wasn't Trump.
Come
Nah,
on, man.
it
Don't
was
take it from him,
Congress.
bro.
The stimmy
Congress
didn't come from
passed it.
Trump.
Yeah, it came from Congress.
That was I mean, technically it was Biden, but I guess
No, it wasn't Biden. It was Congress.
It was Congress. Congress passed it. Trump just
Man.
put
Look
his
at,
name
see how
on the
y'all
check.
trying to take Trump wins?
I mean, it wasn't him.
it wasn't
Initially,
him.
Trump didn't want to do it. He didn't
It's the
want
boy
to
going
give
back to that
anybody
thing when
any
you think
relief.
anybody who got it who a naysayer is a hater.
Yep. He
Hey,
didn't
I
want to
gotta
do it
hate, bro.
initially. Then Congress was like, nah, man, the people need it, man. People out here hurting. They got it done. And then he said,
So
well, God damn it, if y'all gonna get it done, let me put my name on it. And then he put his name on it.
see when something good, y'all go against it and y'all believe
Nah,
what y'all believe it. And then this situation with the nukes, y'all believe that too. Come on, bro. We gotta pick a struggle,
but
man.
that's what happened though. So boy, he did not want to give anybody relief. He said it. He came on TV and said it. But then when Congress passed it, he held it up for another 2 weeks just to
We
make
don't
sure
gotta
that
we
the
don't gotta
Treasury
hold wings
Department
away from
could put his name on the checks. He held
As
it
he
up another
should.
2 weeks. He
You know
said,
what,
whoa,
JR?
whoa, whoa. Y'all gonna release some wind? No, y'all better make sure my name on every single check that go out. He held
And
it up
that's
2
all that
weeks,
matters.
man.
we don't have to hold back no wins from Trump. He just does enough he has enough cons and enough losses for us to make fun of that.
Yeah, he got plenty of losses. That's for damn sure.
Hey man, he made sure everybody got a stimmy, and for 2
That
weeks
was
we all
Congress.
was up.
You said
That was
Congress, bro.
Congress.
You just gonna repeat what you said, even though he said the Congress?
Hey, yeah, I mean, listen, bro. I can believe what I want to. This is America.
Yeah,
Oh, we
I
know.
you MAGA,
We
believe.
bro.
know.
You hardcore
We
MAGA.
know.
I
You
believe
hardcore
Trump
MAGA,
was
bro.
the stimmy.
Man, chill out, boy.
You
Come
hardcore
on,
MAGA,
man.
DeBoer.
Hey man, listen,
He said,
bro.
I
That's
believe what
the
I want.
hey, that's the way America be, bro. You be trying to tell them y'all telling me something real, and I can go research it, but instead I got my own viewpoint.
You
I don't
speak
believe it.
you speak of facts on what most people do because
That's America.
most people would just stay in a bubble. They don't really want to hear the truth. They just want to hear what feels their narrative. That's why MAGA is the way it is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. And for the
They,
most part, it was working for them until it ain't working for
they
them.
It's
And now
still
still
got
working
they
for them. It's
feeling
just
it
that
too.
it's still working for them. It's just that their leaders are just like attacking each other because once they get rid of all the competition, they start attacking each other. That's just how it
Yeah.
works.
this
Yeah, that's how it works. Who else you go? You know what I'm saying? Who else you gonna turn on? Everybody
Yeah,
else out of the
exactly.
game.
Like most of their content is like rage content, like kind of like how you be like, oh, the leftists are trying to take our XYZ, blah 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 blah. They like these blacks are ruining our country, blah blah blah. And then like once they can't profit off of rage no more, they have to use rage against somebody else.
I heard somebody was online. They was talking about how they eating themselves. Pause. Like you know the
I
how
mean, they
people that
do. Yeah, they start attacking each other. They start a whole bunch of infighting. Like Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens have been beefing for like almost a year now.
and they still out here grabbing bags. People taking sides, and you know, and it
I'm
makes
so
sense to me.
appalled, man. Because Candace Owens blowing up to a point to where she's actually becoming like one of the top tier, like like political talking heads, and I hate that so much because she's such a freaking idiot that
Who?
like Candace Owens.
Why
Yeah,
she gotta
but
be an idiot, bro? She a black woman. You supposed to support black
Uh-oh.
people, bro. No matter
yeah,
what.
you trolling him when you say that. Yeah, I support her getting her ass the fuck off live. Yeah, I support her getting off live and shutting up. But
Man,
what's the
I
guy?
don't even follow her like that. She looked like the cute cheerleader from back in the day with her opinion. That's all. That's all she looked like, bro.
Until she opens her mouth.
I mean, you say that, bro, but when she go live, 250,000 people watching.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
lot
sad.
of people, bro.
That's sad. That's really sad. If you heard her speak just for like 5 minutes, you know how full of shit she is.
I mean, she came. I know when she was talking about who she was talking about, Kamala. Oh man, she dragged her with like a 9-part series.
She always got to so-called drag somebody and then make up stuff about them as she go to like drain their like name through the mud and shit like that.
That's what they do in America, though.
I think the only person she properly researched was that who was she going after? Was it like Trump's ex-wife or something? I can't remember who she went after.
I didn't know that.
I think it was either his ex-wife. It was somebody. It was somebody that was like related to somebody, and like it was like somebody related to like a big political talking head. I can't remember who it was, but that was the only person she did like actual research on. Everybody else, she's just like pulling from her cheeks.
But that's what they do on the news, and the news got a whole platform. They got a whole TV channel.
I mean,
Hold on,
regardless,
man. The news not just pulling from their cheeks, man. They do some research. Come on.
What on the news?
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, come on, bro. They don't all okay. Let's say they do research. Well, then why they gotta add lies? And you know what? Let me not even say it like that. So I remember somebody got on here. I don't know who it was. Platt, you could have said it before too. As far as when the black man get on TV, they be like, black man did such and such. But when it's another race, they be like, such and such name and what he did. And the black person, they bring it up his criminal record.
Report those crimes just the same, bro. Like,
nah, they don't, bro.
Like, come on, like we can't get nowhere if we're just gonna go down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole.
It's not a conspiracy. We can go back and watch these things that they say on TV, bro.
You've seen a lot of like school shootings that have been happening, stuff like that that's been happening over recent years.
They've been happening for years, for decades at this point.
I mean, it has. You're right. You're right, but apparently, I mean, well, there's a narrative that it's been increasing. Whether you believe that or not, I don't really care. The fact of the matter is, there's been a lot of shootings, like mass shootings, that's happening, right?
Okay.
You've been seeing those, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Who are the demographic of most of those dudes?
I know who they are.
Who are they?
They white boys.
Okay, how do you know that? Didn't the media inform you of that?
Yeah.
So they're how in that vein are they like misconstruing the numbers of who's actually committing crimes? They're doing it for just about every race.
Bro, if there was, here's the thing, right? If there was little black boys going around shooting up schools, they'll be on the news, bro.
They are on the news.
I know they are. But we talking about the school itself. We're not talking about outside. We talking about walking into school and doing something treacherous to other kids.
I mean, regardless, whether or not it's okay,
we can't say regardless, bro.
No, I have to say regardless in the sense that I'm going to take your word at face value. If I'm taking your word at face value and we're like looking past it, right? We already know that the media does lie at times. Like not every time are they lying, not every time are they telling the truth. The reality is Candace Owens, if we're using that comparison, she lies about nearly everything. She's probably wrong. She's probably right like 5% of the time. That's the issue. That's the reason I don't like her. I would probably take more credibility in the news because most of the time they're just reporting what's actually happened. They don't really need to do a lot of research because they're just reporting what's happening.
And
you could argue that the news misconstrues certain things when it happens, but they do report the news.
Candace is not a journalist. Candace is an entertainer.
She's not a journalist, like at all.
She's just an entertainer, just like a Sean Hannity, just like the Fox News, a Greg Gutfield. She's just an entertainer.
And she got a loyal following doing it.
Well, she does have that. You're right about that.
It so hard. We understand she has a loyal following. You can have a loyal following.
It's not about me defending it. It's the numbers, bro. You can go see it when it pops up,
but that is exactly what you're doing when you're bringing up the numbers. Like I can get
because the numbers matter, bro. What are you talking about?
They matter in what way?
Bro, the numbers matter because the numbers are the numbers. You can't fake the numbers like that, bro.
so you are defending it. So you are defending it.
Bro, you keep talking about defending it. I'm just talking about how she moved, bro.
I heard what you said. Dude. I think you're under this assumption that you're breaking new ground. That just because somebody's popular means that their word has value. It doesn't.
That's not what I'm saying. That's what you taking.
So why are you
just
bringing
listen
up
to what I'm saying?
Bro.
I'm listening to you hate on somebody. That's what I
hear.
hear.
You see what I mean? It always goes back to hate. If anybody's a naysayer and he doesn't approve, then it's hate. Okay, this is very simple.
See, that don't even make sense.
This is
telling
kindergarten.
Me why you don't like Candace Owens?
Yes,
I'm not even telling you I like her or don't like her.
And now you're telling me, even though you just claimed that you're not defending her, how I'm a hater, which makes no sense. It's hypocritical, and you just said that like 5 seconds ago.
It makes perfect sense.
According
I'm an American. We're
but you just contradicted yourself like 5 seconds ago. So
in the middle of a conversation.
Okay, so if you just contradicted yourself within like a minute of us talking, why would it make perfect sense? It makes perfect sense to you.
Because it makes sense to me. You know what the problem with your argument is, bro? Here's the thing, right? Because on one instance, right, we'll have a conversation and it'll be on the news, about the news, right? And y'all believe it. And then on the other side, they'll say some things and you don't believe it. But
I didn't say I believe.
It's the news.
I did not just acknowledge that sometimes it's misleading, sometimes it's not.
And just because you feel like Candace Owens, everything she does is misleading, we gotta take your word.
No, I don't feel like I don't feel like everything she says is misleading. I feel like the overwhelming majority of it is because you can actually research it.
Most people are haters and don't even realize they're haters, bro.
Oh my goodness.
I just want you to know. Okay.
What does that have to do? Yeah, okay. So what does that have to do with me specifically? You're just saying I'm the hater? Because there's plenty of other people that are more qualified than you.
Most people.
Yeah, I hear you saying that, but I'm saying there's more people more qualified than me that have thoroughly debunked her, and they didn't even have to do that much research. They didn't even have to pull up articles like that.
And people ain't got 2.25 million people watching them.
Is he working, or am I working?
To say about that number.
I think I'm working, y'all.
Yeah, Tabor. What do you think about? My fault. Garris, what do you think about the report that Trump fought with a general over the nuke codes this weekend?
He fought with the general for the nuke codes? Yeah, you talking about the thumbnail?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I just don't know where his head's supposed to be. I don't even know how to react to it. It just sounds very childish. I don't really know how I feel right now. It just seems like childish on the surface. All I know is that, and if they want to do something like related to like launching nukes, then obviously that's bad. Like, I don't want that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even really know how to feel because it's just, I don't know enough about what happens in a presidential office when it comes to like commander-in-chief decisions. So when stuff like when news get reported on like commander-in-chief decisions, I really don't know how to react because I don't know why exactly they do what they do. What politics are they playing when they do certain things? All I know is that I don't like war. I don't like people inciting it when it's not necessary. It's the last means. It's a last. What's the word? It should be your last resort.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just not informed enough to know why commander-in-chief decisions like actually happen, other than the fact that they're just on the power trip.
I say they need to be fired. Ain't no way.
The like Trump and
generals,
them?
everybody that's going against the president.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead. Send them
Going
to the
against
unemployment
the-
office.
Okay, we're not in agreement then.
Are we not? We all supposed to be.
You just go against the grain, to boys. I get your plight now.
And you say that, but I had the same argument before you came up here. So you think that I'm disagreeing against you? I was already standing on that before you came, bro.
Was you saying that before I showed up?
I don't. Yeah.
You hesitated, plight. You sure?
Bro, I was up here,
no.
bro. You can go back and go to the live, bro.
Sure.
I was the first person up here.
Hesitated. I was like, you sure, plight?
I'm not sure, but if he said he was, he was.
All right, now let me find out that you just doing this just to spite me, to Boris.
Nah, bro, I always tell y'all this, bro. Go back to any live I be on, and I be going against most of the stuff y'all be saying, and I be standing on it, bro. I be making my arguments. Y'all just don't be wanting to hear them. I make my personal points of how I see it, and y'all be like, nah, that ain't it, and which is fine, but that don't persuade me to change my view of what I think and what I know, or my perception of the world, because that's really what it is. I can comprehend what y'all saying, but for the most part, nah, bro. Trump should have got them codes. Whoever he was trying to take it from, they should have gave him the codes. I believe that.
Yeah, well, we just different on that one.
Yeah, we different on a lot of things.
What happened before I came, play? You said they started, I finished it. What happened?
No, I'm just saying we just different. I'm listening to Boris saying he want to see Trump nuke Iran. I don't understand how you think that's going to benefit us.
It ain't about benefiting. What is really benefiting us? Are we talking about us as black people? Or are we talking about us as Americans?
As Americans.
Ain't nothing they doing that is really benefiting us as far as we can see. Based on the conversations up here, every time they do something, it affects us somehow. And it always is bad. And we don't see the effects until after, years later. And then it's somebody else's administration when they do it. So it ain't the last dude's fault, it's the current dude's fault. Or in some cases, it's the last dude's fault and not the current dude's fault. I said what I said about the propositions earlier, how they pass laws. Like, and people still vote. Now, you can't tell me we winning. How we supposed to be winning if people against you? You give them the power and they're against you. And you don't realize they're against you till it's too late. That's crazy to me, bro. But we still do it.
Well, you did it. You gave it to Trump. You gave him the power to nuke another country. You said he should do it.
And technically, I didn't give him no power because I didn't vote for him.
But you sound like you do. You support him.
Man, bro, like I told you, bro,
I haven't voted. You blindly support Trump. I
haven't voted.
You saying that, but you MAGA. You don't want to admit it though.
I support America because I'm in America. I work in America. I gotta pay taxes on goods and services in America.
You MAGA, bro.
Nah, bro. If I was what you say.
How come people are ashamed to admit when they MAGA?
Bro, I ain't ashamed to admit nothing that I am, bro. Everybody else, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna make my arguments on mine. I don't vote, bro. There's a reason. I explained it to you. I stand on it. I believe what I say. But and nobody can tell me different because I know what I know and we all experience. Y'all put him in power. Whoever voted, if you voted against him, you made sure he was able to run. He had somebody to run against. They lost. He won. Not once, but twice. And now he's doing what he's doing. Based on what he's doing, y'all surprised? Now, I ain't nobody, bro. I ain't no party. I'm just not going for most of the stuff people going for, bro.
Well, but the president don't have a right to use nuclear weapons. That's got to be discussed. We have to discuss
hopefully
that.
we don't have to play defense if it goes that far.
We have to discuss that. We got to sit down and have a discussion if a president wants to abuse his power, man, because nuclear weapons, we don't use those as offensive weapons. We did use them, but since then they're defensive weapons. They're defensive weapons. So you have a disagreement, you want to do that. You want to sit down at the table. Now, Iran has said every time they've had a peace ceasefire, Trump has violated. He's saying Israel has violated. So they're saying, what's the point in having them if you don't really want them?
And in these meetings, let me ask you, if just based on your thought, right? Not actually what it is. Do you actually think that that these people are going into that meeting and don't already have an agenda overall? Like, as far as like, I'm going into this meeting, I don't care what happens, what we can seem like we can agree on, I'm not going to agree with them. I'm going the opposite way anyway. Do you think those type of conversations ain't going on before the meeting?
Why would they do that?
Because people do stuff like that. It'd be the same as you going into the meeting saying, no matter what happens, we coming out with this deal. Even if it looked like we losing on the front end, but we'll get it on the back end. People just make deals like that.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Man, when you go to a job, bro, and you apply for application, they don't pay you right away, bro. They pay you after you put in work, bro. No job are they paying you up front.
2 weeks. You work for 2 weeks and then you getting paid from behind.
So you're going to have to put in work. And 9 out of 10, if you at a warehouse, you probably touching a few $1 million worth of product at retail value. It's going to be a few million. Now, it ain't that much. It may be a quarter of that or less when it comes to what it actually costs the company because they bought it in bulk. But you're not getting it. Then you got to do 90 days before you get your health insurance. Okay. And any other things, a year before you get your raise, you got to put in work first. So there's a deal to be made up front, and the person, like the worker, can go in like they about to lose. Because they could not get paid after putting in work. They was doing that. I know for a fact it happened to me when I was in New Orleans cleaning up for Katrina. I cleaned up like the last week we was there. We cleaned up. We didn't even get paid.
Where Katrina? You said Katrina?
Yeah, Katrina. That was the last time, like Katrina, New Orleans cleaned up in 2006. That was the last time I worked for somebody like that. The way it was structured. And as a grown man, I ain't going back to doing nothing like that. Certain things you guys got to experience. Ain't nobody told me it was going to be wrong. Nobody told me that would happen. But it's a possibility anywhere. I've experienced that in trucking. But people don't pay. They shut the company down. What you gonna do about it, DT?
Well, hold on for a minute, boy. What's up with you, Pitbull?
What's going on, Platt?
What's up?
Just checking in live from Mississippi to say what's up. I got your podcast playing at the gym, man.
Okay. Through the gym in front of everybody?
Yes, sir. Everybody can hear that's working out, brother.
Okay. Hey, we'll get it. Put another.
There ain't nobody in there. But
hold up. Put another 10 pounds on the bar.
Yes, sir, brother.
Yeah, put a little bit more weight on the bar, man. Come on, you want to work out, man? Work out. Come on.
Oh no, I'm checking people in that's working out.
No, I
I'm
got
watching.
you. I'm saying you saying they can hear it at the gym. I'm telling them, man, put another 10 pounds on the bar.
Oh,
Get in there, man. Catch a sweat.
oh yeah, brother. You know, we listening to you, brother. I just checked in to say what's up.
Oh, okay. Well, we appreciate it, man. You hear more to board, all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I stand on the views, player.
Yeah, whoever he is, he been coming up here. So hey, I'm listening too, man.
All right, Platt.
All right, bro. Take care of yourself, man. Hey, we appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'm gonna keep listening, brother.
Okay. We're gonna keep it going too, man. We got some more stuff for you, man. We ain't done.
What's up with them pop the balloon reviews, brother?
Oh, first of all, she won't let nobody do them. Now I can do them on random people. I'll do them. I don't know about this channel. I might have to do another channel because YouTube has thrown this into the political spectrum. So I don't know. You're right. Pitbull, duly noted. I will gather some pop the balloon reviews.
Okay, all right, brother. I'm gonna get back to work.
Okay, brother.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you too, brother.
All right.
All right, player.
You hear that, man? We got to get us some more pop the balloon reviews. We gonna do it. We don't do
You
it. There's
just
a
gonna
bunch
do
of
those, or you gonna
20-1s. There's a bunch of 20-1s. I saw Christian Rock crashing out. She finna box. I saw Papoose girlfriend. I don't even know her name. Cynthia something.
Remy or Clarissa?
Clarissa. I saw Clarissa getting on all them women. Women calling her ugly.
Yeah,
Women
her dog.
hating on her. And talking about she got her man. She happy with her man. We messed up though as a people too. Why are we going after Clarissa? Clarissa is not an attractive woman. But why do you need to say that? What is she doing to bother anybody?
She got
trying
talent.
to do the same. No, she trying to do the same thing women do. All these women on here want a rich man. They want to stunt. Well, Pap ain't got no money. Well, that ain't stop you guys. You got your baby daddy he broke, and you got 3 kids by him. Why y'all mad
know
at
what I'm saying?
Clarissa? Why y'all hating on her?
I be
See,
saying,
that's
bro,
hating.
people be hating.
That's hating. They hating on Clarissa for what? What she do?
She got
That's
something
messed
going
up too,
on,
bro.
bro.
She ain't my thing though. I agree. It ain't my thing. I like feminine women. She's way too masculine. Yeah,
Facts though.
I'll
I
give her a
hate to get
ride
hit by
somewhere
her.
though, but I couldn't. No, thank you, bro. Clarissa? No. I don't like it. You know, be killing me, man. I like women who run track, but I don't like all these thug women, these thugged out women. I don't like that.
Yeah, big, bulky, just that ain't the move. And then aggressive. Nah, gee, that ain't.
Big old thugger woman. You
Yeah,
want that?
I like them just real, like you said, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I think they just be going after them when they got talent like that, bro. Cause like I say, bro, they ain't got nothing else going on. So they gonna hate on somebody that got something going on. Like, homie, like you ain't. That's why I tell you the other day, like, you know, you talking about this person, like Chili or whatever. Y'all talking about Chili, but ain't nobody. Chili ain't talking about y'all. She ain't worried about y'all. You watching her her feed or whatever.
Okay. You could say that.
I'm just saying.
Chili needs to be worried about us because who's gonna go to her shows?
Hey, you know what? And I think I see, bro. You may want to look it up, bro. But I think I see that they sold that show out, bro. Those tickets got bought, bro.
For real? No, they said they had to cancel it.
Man, they must have went back on their word. I know I ain't tripping.
I'll look it up. The what you call reunion. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, they need to have one, bro. It's long overdue. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like certain things, even with the reunion, man, you know, did you catch the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? They did a reboot called Bel-Air. Did you see any of those episodes?
No, sir. I missed it.
Well, it's a nice show, bro. It's a nice black family show, right? They got money. I mean, they still out here doing some things, but they have some political messages in it. You know, some family message. Marlon Wayans was in there as Will Daddy. It was just it's a good show. But I think we be dropping the ball on things like that.
Who played Will Smith?
Some black dude. I can't remember his name. He like a new actor. You know how like the power bought up the little kids. He like the same way.
Mhm. How
Carlton
come they
was the
didn't use?
darkest skin.
Yeah, how come they didn't
Go
use
ahead.
Jaden Smith?
They use who?
How come they didn't use Jaden Smith? That's Will Smith's son.
I don't know. I mean, I think Will Smith have something to do with the executive producer, but Jaden just ain't. I mean, Jaden out here. I don't know, bro. He just. I don't think he would fit. He can't play his daddy, bro. He can't play his daddy. The dude
What?
that had play his dad, Will. I mean, he seemed like a cool dude. He fit the part for me.
He can't play his daddy. Why not?
Cause he don't look. I mean, he don't look like his daddy. Like that. Like he don't move like his daddy out
So
here.
you got to look like the. Okay.
I mean, I would think. I don't know
I
if you
heard
just
that,
didn't
man.
want to watch the show, but it's just a good show, bro. It's a good show, bro. It only did 4 seasons, and I hate that it was like that.
Yeah,
Cause
I never saw it.
that's because you didn't want to, or you wasn't interested.
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. You know, no, I'm not interested in a reboot. Actually, I like if you want to talk about when you go through the TV shows that have been offered to the black community or whatever, you know, something they say, hey, this is sort of aimed at black people as opposed to most of the stuff is not, but this is. When you talk about that, I sort of agree that we need more things aimed at us, but when you talk about hold up. Yeah, when you talk about that, that's a good thing, but it's got to be good. And that's the
I mean,
thing. I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it's good or bad, but I'm just saying that's the thing. A lot of stuff that's aimed at a lot of black entertainment is trash. You look at the Zeus channel.
Man,
Look at the Zeus channel is trash.
just ratchet, bro.
Yeah.
But and that's the thing, bro. That's what females are watching though. I mean, it got the drama in it. Got what baddies and some other things going on. Man, they big up regular ratchet people, bro. But that's what we got because that's what they watching. So if we ain't watching something like Bel Air, where it's like the family dynamic issues within family, you feel? I mean, they got money, but when do we get portrayed with money though, bro? We don't, unless it's something ratchet. So if we don't support it, then we can't get more of it. That's the politics behind it. They running these ads. We not supporting the companies that then bought ad space on these shows. So how do we keep it going? Ain't no need to structure a show when you can go get 10 chicks out the hood, put a camera, turn a camera on, and they about to get blown up on social media. And you gonna give them 10K just to come to the club. They like that, bro.
I mean, yeah, that's always been around. I grant you that. That's always been around. You could take a bunch of women and then you could turn around and let them beat each other up and stuff and then sell that to the public. I mean, that's there and it's really here now, you know. I don't know if that's good or bad though.
What, to be able to throw them on the TV or the ratchet people?
Well, you're saying it like it's a difference. A lot of people look at black people, period. You don't have to call them ratchet. They black, so therefore they're problematic. But you know, and that's what you say, okay. Because I say most people would say you dreaming to say you talking about ratchet people that the black community is somehow cut into slices. It's not. Black person is black person. The brother who did that in Louisiana, he's another black man. He ain't nothing else. He's not given no benefit or nothing. He's a black man. This is what you get when you deal with the Negro. This is what they've always said.
Wide open on the news. That's the point I was talking about earlier. That's how they go portray it. They not talking about he came from a good family. They not talking about he's a stand-up citizen. They about to read his criminal record, bro. They do it all the time. And then
He was in the reserves, and he drove for UPS. He drove for UPS. So I don't know what happened. I don't. But she had filed divorce, and he had called his people and said that he was having all types of problems. So I don't know what to say, man.
I mean, I can see the problems been there. They was just at bay. He just cracked one day. Life, but they ain't making it seem like he. I don't know, bro, because there's other people that do stuff and they make the news, and when they say it, they be like, he came from a good family. He went to this school and he was a straight A student, and we know it go on. We see it. We see it, bro. That dude from LSU, they say the family is gonna sue, I guess the law from Louisiana that said that that brought it up that it was, or they found out it was a lie. Everything was a lie, and he took his life, bro, because of the stress. I can see that.
What happened?
When it was a student from LSU. He played football.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And all that went on, and then come to find out it was a lie. Like right there, blatant on the news. The family getting harassed, different things like that going on. Like, and then you find out it's a lie. Like, you can't tell me we ain't got it bad out here, man. And then people get on the internet and act like they don't see it. Like, how are we not watching the same video, bro? How do we not know the same facts?
I got you. Hold on for a minute. Listen, check this out. We're about to start another stream, right? Same channel. We putting it in the chat box right here. There you go. We about to start a whole new stream. We're going to shut this one down, but we're not done. Just hop on this. This will take you to the new stream. If you get on the, whatever side you get on, remember we got the regular view, and then we got the what is it? The phone view. So we're mostly on that regular view. But look, check it out. Just hop on this. Hold up, let me go. Look, check this out. Look at technology. Boom. I just started it. There you go. We're live, man, on the other side. Let me see as soon as there you go. We're live on the other side. You can join. Here we go. You're welcome. Even if you're MAGA. You're welcome. Pull on up. And don't worry about people. We have our trolls. Don't let them sway your opinion. We're very fair. We're just not minions for Trump. They're brainwashed. Like, share, support. There you go. We going live. We're going to end this stream. Click on the link that's in the chat box. It will take you to the other side. Tabor.
All right, player.
Come on over. No. Come on over. I'm going to bring you right on up, okay? And we finna go over, if you got the time, we finna go over another topic.
Man, I'm driving, big dog. I got all the time for you. I'm gonna hit it.
Okay, well, don't wreck your car now, but when you get a chance, come on. That's the link to the podcast. I'm gonna drop you a link to join. All right, early.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Bet.
Now we out of here, man. There's the link right there. There's the link. There you go.